that logo
Hello,
looking fresh.
and welcome to the CNFT News once again. And we have a fine show for you today. This is the Real News, Real
Fine as
Nonsense
hell.
Network. And we are your hosts. I am Scott Chestnut.
I'm not Monique.
Oh,
Quit calling me another woman.
are you Summer today?
Yeah. Summer was going to be off all week, but she decided not to.
Summer.
And I'm with Spaces.
All right. I think we're ready to go.
Yeah, the trademark point.
So,
Can I say something?
yeah, please.
I think sometimes when we do this, the Rex Collabs, I think people think we're doing like this.
Oh, you think so?
So I think
that we're
sometimes
Italian.
we should say, we should remind people what these are.
What do they sound
True,
like?
yeah.
Is there a
Maybe
sound?
we have to be like more
I don't wanna
animated
be-
about it, maybe.
yeah, maybe so.
Rex was with us for like one episode.
Hey, it was two. It was two.
Get it right.
I hope that we should have him on and just interview him about CNFT Con.
Oh,
should totally get Mark
yeah,
on.
100%.
We should do a couple of interviews leading
Yeah,
up to it,
yeah, because they're
That'd be
actually
great.
doing that on the road. I'm allowed to say this, I remember.
Yes.
On the road to CNFT Con with Kaizen, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's with Kaizen.
Okay. That's cool.
So that seems cool, and we should do something a little bit like that.
I think so. So yeah, we got a great show today, though. We're continuing in the tradition
Great
of
month of
having
shows. This whole month has been just amazing.
We're continuing the tradition of having 3 guests in one show. We started that last week, and hopefully we won't be continuing that next week, 'cause it is pretty crazy. But today we're very happy to welcome a whole lot of awesome people. So
And the energy backstage was palpable.
that's right. So we've got Billy Martin back there for Occult Archives. We're going to be talking about that very cool
I wore my bat
monstrous
earrings.
CNFT project. There it is. And who else we got?
We've got Atreyu and Threefold Bold.
Yes. And they've done some amazing work.
It'll knock your striped socks off.
Very impressed with that. And so was Pete, the producer. He was a little too impressed.
Oh,
with that.
yeah. Pete, the producer, basically went and locked himself into the room he stays in downstairs in the studio, the stone room, and he just jammed out on the computer for a long time. Tyler, you may remember. You walked in on him
when he streamed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unauthorized
Yeah,
stream.
how did he get the password to our YouTube?
You know,
I thought we didn't.
he's the producer. He can just
Right.
He just produced it, I guess.
True,
Yeah.
true.
Exactly.
And last but not least,
he
we've got
produced
Crypto
it.
Heaps talking about his project Ada Army. He'll be joining us
News correspondent.
later in the episode. So, we got a lot to get through. So let's jump right into the news here. Our first segment is CNFT News. And of course, that segment is brought to us by Cardania. But let's do the little video here. Oh, wow. We got some folks in the chat. What's up?
Whoa.
What's up, Sean? What's up, Shart? What's up, Mom? All right. Let's get this show on the road. So I'm going to pop up
The
this
CNFT
intro.
Con.
CNFT News. It begins now. This segment brought to you by Cardania, the raddest destination in the metaverse.
And if you haven't been there, you're missing out in a big way.
Right there on the wall is the seal that proclaims this a Cardania-friendly studio.
That's true.
Oh, there he is.
And that's
in
the
chat.
most official decree. You're gonna get.
Well.
He's
If there
doing a slow
isn't
clap.
The captain. So, of course, Cardania is out there doing what it does. A lot of cool stuff. We're going to be talking a little bit later about a lore contest that Cardania's got running, which I think you might be excited to enter. But the big news with Cardania, which is that you can harvest your RAD tokens. So you can go
I
to...
just did my first last night, so
You did!
Oh!
I had to wait for the my wallet to delegate to the summon pool.
Oh, yes, that's true. Yeah.
So I got my first
So,
one.
you go to the Cardania site. It's ll.cardania.com. And that's
Living
LL
Lands.
stands for Living Lands, exactly. And my
Not ladies love, but ladies do love Cardania.
so exactly. So each of your terraforms, Cardania terraforms, will produce RAD tokens every epoch. and you just have to go and harvest
That
them.
bounty.
So you go and you send 2 ADA, and you get 1.5 back, and you get a bunch of rad tokens as well. They beefed up the algorithm so that there's a lot more rad than maybe we were initially expecting. Always exciting to see. And there's even more this epoch than there was last epoch. I just checked, and honestly, it's a lot more. So nice.
I mean, Cardania is always a lot more rad than you even think it's going to be at every turn.
It's like
so
20% more tokens this
I'm not
epoch than last one. I
surprised.
don't know what's going on there. But very cool stuff. Cardania, awesome. And of course, marbles.
And
every
you should
Friday
check out
night. You
the
gotta
article
join
I
that.
wrote about marbles.
That's right. And that was the other side of it. So as part of our sponsorship with Cardania, we have produced an article.
That was a long time coming.
Summer wrote up an awesome article about marbles and about the lore
Friday Night
behind
Marbles.
marbles and about just the community
goes
that's
down.
growing around marbles. Yeah. And I guess that's a pretty good.
CNFTnews.com. Yeah.
Yeah, go to CNFTnews.com
And there's a
check it
poem
out.
in there. If that'll draw you in.
Yes, I'm gonna post a link.
Bet you never read a poem
to
about a
this.
marble.
I'm gonna post a link to that article in our chat here. Shazam, check it out. And let's jump to the news. So this is pretty cool. We've hit, as of yesterday, we hit 4 million NFTs on Cardano. That's it's so cool. 4 million.
Yeah. I remember when we hit that 1 million.
Yeah, true. It looks like we're pretty close to 50,000 policies too.
Yeah,
like
right
only
under
a couple hundred away.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Gotta get them
Lining
policies
right
rolling.
up.
Yes. So cool, man.
We're about to pop another one.
So Charles, of course, had something to say about the matter. He posted a tweet there, and we're very excited to show that off. I'm just going to pop this up here. See what the man himself has to say. There it is.
So Charles, fabulous.
Remember when I predicted thousands of assets and dApps on Cardano? Well, I was wrong. My God,
he's so humble.
There are now millions of native assets issued, and dApps are now in the hundreds.
Slow
Very
and
cool.
steady.
Mm-hmm. It's happening. So we're continuing on
Get
this
me that long term
Cardano road. And we also had another thing yesterday. I mean, we hit 4 million NFTs, and we also hit the 1-year anniversary of Space Buds.
Aww.
The first bud was minted a year ago. Bud number 6206.
Man, they got in there. They launched
Yeah, we
it
gotta see
23 days after.
And you know what's kind of, I wonder if this was on purpose, but right now, the
There he is.
Purdy Cat Society, which is the same artist as Space Buds, is actually dropping something right now.
Oh, no way. Good timing.
Yeah, probably so.
So predictably, Space Buds, the floor has been popping. But I mean, everything's kind of popping right now. The rest of the news is like ADA is at $1.17.
It's crazy. People wait for the price to go up to start buying stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's so like, and it happens. Like that's just how it happens every time. It's so regular, you know. It's not like
it's not like this is like
or anything.
Everyone.
No, yeah, it's crazy. It's good to know.
That shows you how strong psychological things like that are. You
FOMO,
know, it pulls. Yeah. And they're like, oh well, it's going up. So yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Wild stuff.
Wow. Threefold bold out there.
What's up,
Offbeat
Threefold?
night.
We'll be seeing you very shortly. Offbeat, what's up? Offbeat was at our Twitter space yesterday where we discussed at length all of this kind of, because it was yesterday, it was the anniversary of Space Buds. So we told some stories from our early times and had some fun. It was a really chill space.
Offbeat night was my first friend at Marbles. I remember. He had a very good name. It was hard to forget that name.
Mm-hmm. True that.
Gotta have a memorable username.
And
so
profile too.
Oh yeah. So the Great Migration. What do we know about this one? What do you say, Tyler?
You're our historian.
Yeah.
Let's see. So JPEG.store completed a database migration, and they simultaneously included some new features. So the first new feature is a trait filtering. Trait filtering is now automatic for every collection. That's huge. That's crazy.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
really
crazy.
nice.
Yeah. Improvements have also been made on how NFTs are displayed, including audio support and better previews for video files, as well as sharper images and GIFs are now animated everywhere on the site.
Nice.
And one other cool thing is that it now supports multiple file types.
Ah.
So I know before, I mean, the video on Pool PM on how it's the best place to view your NFTs, it still is, but you can get more.
Getting
You can see
closer.
more, yeah, you can see more of your NFTs on JPEG Store now.
That's so
Very
good.
cool.
And one more new feature is traffic and image loading have now been optimized, and they can handle much more after these upgrades. And images should load faster.
Huge.
Yeah,
That's a lot of big upgrades. Like, definitely.
that trait one is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even know how they must have like so many different things to look for in the code, because since projects use so many different ways to
Not standardized.
Yeah, it's not standardized.
Yeah.
No, it is not.
No, not even close. Like that's why, I mean, I guess it makes sense though that it would happen all at once, because like, you know, I guess that's just something they'd be working on. It's not something that would gradually get there, it seems like. So that's cool.
True.
I wonder what kind of improvements CNFT.io is putting out there. Have we heard of anything lately? No. Not as much.
You'll hear here though.
Well, we'll be keeping our eye open for y'all. I'll let you know. Now here's a good.
They had all those upgrades that they were telling us about before, and I don't think we've seen any of them.
I haven't gone there for a while.
I go there to check the ADA price. That's about it.
I'm just gonna take a look at it real quick here since we're discussing. I don't know. It
The
looks pretty
bundles are
normal.
cool though. I think they're still
Yeah,
The
definitely.
bundles are great. I love that. And then they have the inventory search feature. I mean, that's all I really needed.
Yeah.
That was what was mainly preventing me from trying to use it.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. So more rebranding from CC Vault.
Oh.
Formerly CC Wallet. Formerly CC Vault also now, because now it's called Eternal.
Wow.
Without an A at the end. It's just
the
Eternal.
Wallet, formerly known
exactly
as CC Vault.
So that's very interesting. They've changed their name to Eternal. Let me pop it up here. I'll pop up that screen. A lot of back and forth with this one, but I can dig it.
So CC Vault has changed their name to Eternal with no A. In a tweet thread, they write that they've been thinking about their brand and what a next generation wallet user interface could look like to accommodate both power users and newcomers to blockchain. So they've partnered with Artifact. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, to work on the rebrand and designing the new UI. Interesting.
Yes, indeed.
Is that the same number of letters
as Artifact? Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
I think it's more.
And then here it says, over the next few updates, our apps will have the new name and logo and work on the new UI. More on that soon. We'll begin as soon as they release their latest feature, Staking Vault. Exciting times ahead, indeed. Very cool.
I wonder what that is, Staking Vault.
You know, they like to tantalize.
True.
What's wrong with that? So the Artifact, speaking of Artifact, the Artifact Marketplace went live on Friday, last Friday.
Wow.
So it's up. And why don't we take a quick look?
It's pretty snazzy. I'm not going to lie.
What's up, Rogue Tactics? Thanks for dropping in.
What's up, guys?
Okay, here we go. Top collections. So it looks like it's sorted by collection, perhaps. Let's see how Space Buds are doing on their anniversary. So the floor is infinity. Interesting. I wish.
To infinity and beyond.
So here it is. I wonder if we can filter this by like.
I think it might. I think infinity means none have been posted.
Oh, that would make sense. Okay. Maybe Clay Nation will have more luck. Okay, good. I just wanted to be able to sort by something that was actually available. Yeah, I mean, this just launched, so it's going to take a while before stuff fills in. But it looks like there are 2 of these available. And if we click one, we'll see a little bit about how this marketplace works.
Cool.
So that's interesting. The metadata is displayed as straight up text. Information, you click buy. Seems like a marketplace to me, my friends.
Approved.
All right. Very nice. Very nice.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, I can't believe that we've got this many now. Crazy.
Yeah, lots of marketplaces, lots of options, lots of different wallets. It's like it's very different from a year ago.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't anything a year ago. There were Discord servers a year ago, and that was it.
For sure.
What an
Tumbleweeds
interesting
blowing from time to time. Cool. So is it time for our first guest?
You know, I think
what does
it
the
might
audience
be time.
think?
Yeah. Let's see if the audience is ready
stoked?
for it.
I
thought you might be
Is
ready.
it Billy Mania?
I thought you guys might be excited about this. That's right. Our very first guest, and our next guest, this is Billy Martin, who is, he's done a lot of stuff. The more we look into this amazing man,
he's a Renaissance man.
Exactly, Renaissance man is the word.
I got some questions.
Yes, we're very excited to talk about his CNFT project as well as other things. So without further ado, let's make this happen. Special guest time. Hey,
what's up, guys? How we doing?
All right.
I like this. I saw we had another recent guest do this. I think I'm gonna steal it.
I didn't even know I did it, but hey, I guess so. There you go.
Cool. It looks good on you.
Well, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. This is very exciting.
How's your week?
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah. How you doing? How's everything going?
Good. Just chilling. Same thing every day. I just sit in my little room and see what I can come up with that day. So.
Do you wake up and go, I'm feeling musical, or I'm feeling like, do you usually do one thing in a day, or do you sometimes like float?
It all depends. Sometimes if I have like a deadline or a job that's due by a certain day, I know that has to come first. But if there's not like a specific task that has to be done and I can do whatever I want, a lot of times I start with music because your ears are fresh. And as I've started to work on music for a couple hours, like especially if I'm mixing a track, your ears you'll get ear fatigue, and you'll kind of not start to hear the highs as much anymore because your ears just get burned down. So then like halfway through the day, then I can kind of shut it off and switch over to doing art. So if I'm going to do both in one day, I usually would start with music. Yeah.
That's really interesting. And I bet it also probably gets you in a flow state. Like it probably gets you in a good state to go to art after that too, because you just gotta like be there.
Yeah, I'm definitely the type of person who like I'm really thankful that I have two jobs, because if I had to do the same thing every day all the time, I'd go crazy. So I love being able to kind of bounce between the couples and stuff.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, I have really enjoyed my time in Occult Archives Discord. I'm really glad that you made your way to CNFTs in general. It seems like a really good place for the kind of person you are. So I would love to hear a little bit about, about your project for someone who is new.
And I'll pop it up so we can get some visuals.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Well, I'm very thankful to be on Cardano as well. And I was just thinking this morning, like, what if I would have chosen Solana or Ethereum? Like how many like people I've met in this that I just wouldn't know probably, and it's just so crazy to think like, because Cardano is a small community, but it's a very supportive community. It's really cool. And I'm very thankful that I chose to go with it. But yeah, so Occult Archives, most of you know me, I play guitar in the band Good Charlotte. That's what I've been doing for 20 years. I also, aside from music, I've worked as a freelance illustrator professionally for probably about 12 years, I'd say. I draw for Marvel, for Disney, for Nickelodeon, designed toys for Hasbro. I have a couple of my own books, worked on some animated movies, all kinds of stuff like that. So I love music. I love art. That's what drives me every day. I wake up and I get to do one of each. So I started thinking about this project, and immediately my brain goes to the supernatural. I listen to podcasts all day about like, ghosts and UFOs and, Bigfoot and all that kind of stuff. So I thought, that's what I want my project to be about. So what if I came up with this fictional organization called Occult? And Occult is sort of like this government agency that is like trying to track down all the supernatural creatures in the world. And it's looking for you to help. It's like, hey, if you're a paranormal investigator, you could come work at Occult. If you're a zombie hunter, come work for Occult, right? So the idea is when you mint something, it's like you're submitting to the database. So the whole database is on the blockchain. It's all out there for everybody to see. The government can't hide what's been found or what's been when hidden. You know, that's sort of the idea was, how do I tie the blockchain into it? I make it so that anyone can see what's been minted, so that every creature out there has been found and it's all out there for you to see. So that's the general concept. And then I thought I would break it down into chapters. So the first chapter is vampires. So the only thing you can mint right now is vampires. There's a vampire hunter, and then there's 4 vampires. Then I did 5 color variations of each character, which then gives you 25 different pieces of art you could get. And there's 1,000 total in the first series. And then I did a soundtrack for it.
Yes.
And then I thought, so as I started developing it, I come from comics, which is storytelling. Like when I think of art, I think of telling stories. That's my favorite thing, is when I create a character, I want a backstory to the character. I want to know how the characters interact with other characters, how they interact in environment. So the more I started working on this, and I thought, this isn't just art collecting. This is like a new IP, and for people who aren't like entertainment nerds, IP stands for intellectual property. And that's anything like Star Wars is an IP, Harry Potter is an IP, the Avengers is an IP. It's your intellectual property. It's your thing that you own. And I thought this is really like me coming up with a new IP. So I thought, if this were to be a game or a movie or something, I'd have my characters, I'd have my story, and I would have a soundtrack to it. So I started, thinking, let me score this project, and came up with this, grand piece of instrumental music that I thought would work for a score. And I thought, okay, so everyone who mints an NFT is going to get one of the characters, plus they're going to get an MP3 attached. So yeah, everyone gets one of the MP3s for the soundtrack with each minting.
Loved it, man.
Sorry, I give long-winded answers. You
no, that was like perfect,
So clear.
all-encompassing.
Okay, good.
We're just not used to it. We're almost blown away by how
Yeah,
good
I've done a few interviews in my life.
yeah. It's a slow drawing, like a vampire.
Yeah. No, the music thing is so cool.
It's really good. I got an Overlord, and I love that
Awesome.
soundtrack.
Thank you
I
so
go to
much
my
for
wallet.
minting. I really appreciate it.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was looking at your website, and I just have to ask about Damius McDreary,
Right.
your children's book.
That's a children's book that I put out probably 8 years ago now, maybe something like that, quite a while ago.
I'm about to buy it.
And I think I literally only have like 30 copies left in my house. I mean, that's it. Like they're done. Like I've been selling them for years, and I'm about to run out. So I came up with this idea. I had my first Pomeranian. His name was Dracula. Unfortunately, he's not alive anymore. But when we got him, he literally looked like a bat. He was this little black fluff ball with like giant ears, and he was so tiny. And literally, a couple people, when we had him in real life, like in this little bag, they were like, "Oh my God, is that a bat?" And we were like, "No, it's a dog," But people, and my wife had this dream that we got a dog named Dracula, and for some reason it was really random. So we went out looking for dogs. I had no idea what type of dog or what we would look for. And we walked to this place that had, like a pet store, and they had this tiny little fluffy black bat looking thing in the front, and we just fell in love with it. I was like, I love this dog, And he was our best friend before, now I have kids. But before you have kids, your dog is your whole life.
Yeah, 100%.
So Dracula was our best friend. He went everywhere with us. And he came up with this idea for a story. What about if it was a boy and he actually had a bat for a pet, So this Damius McDreary is it. And it's very, I love Tim Burton. I'm a massive fan of Tim Burton. I love the kind of like whimsical spookiness. So I came up with a story where he's got this pet bat, and he wakes up one morning and the bat's gone. And he's like, devastated. And he goes on a journey to find it and runs into a bunch of weird creatures along the way, like on his way to try to get his pet bat. And then there's, a little twist ending at the end, which I don't want to give away. But yeah, so I actually have a sequel that I wrote to it as well. I just have to find the time to start drawing it.
Oh, is that right? All right.
It's almost, the universes can kind of combine. It's like the Occult Archives got loose, and Damius McDreary ran.
Right, they bring it like, we need a kid to help. Like we've got too many grown-ups. Kids see things grown-ups don't see. Let's bring the kid in.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, I feel like there should be more children's book NFTs. Like I'm kind of surprised that I don't see that, because it seems like something you could. I don't know, that could actually
it'll get there when it becomes a normal, like a normal everyday term, like his kids don't know what an NFT is. I mean, my kids do. So like, shut up, Dad. We're so tired of hearing about that. Right.
Yeah,
100%. Sooner than later, yes.
Yeah, once you can get NFTs on a Kindle.
There you go. Exactly.
So what got you into NFTs? Because let's be honest, nobody really knows what they are. I mean, so many people out there think they do, but here we are. I think you have a better idea than most.
Yeah.
And I thought I knew, and I didn't know when I first got into it, but now I'm starting to understand. So I think the coolest part is that there's no rules yet. There's no like your NFT has to be this. This is like we're all in uncharted territory and we're all trying something different and trying to see what works. And that part of it is exciting to me. But there's two sides of it. So Paul Thomas, the bass player in Good Charlotte with me, he's a co-owner of Veggiemates. You know, he started the Veggiemates project. So Paul has been pushing me on crypto for, I got to say 5 years maybe. And he was really early in on just like crypto trading and that. And he was on tour trying to get everybody set up wallets and teaching about this. And I was just like, oh, dude, I have so much between the art and music and in my family. Like, I don't have time to learn a new thing, you know? And he was like, you're missing out. And I was like, I'm sure I am, but like, I'm good. And now, you know, he's like, look how much I made. I'm like, oh, you know, like, and FOMO now. I should have listened because he crushed it. But eventually when NFTs came in, he was like, okay, Billy, I think I can hook you now. So now they're doing art with crypto. And I was like, okay, now I'm interested. Let's talk. Yeah. And so he kind of started explaining to me and I was like, I don't really get it. But one of the things for me is that, so I do a lot of Comic-Cons. I will set up like a booth at conventions and sell my books and prints, and I'll do live art. You know, you can get commissions from me, or people will bring books that I've worked on and get them to sign, and just, you know, a great place to meet. So before COVID, I probably would do one a month for a while. Like I would travel all over the US to like a different place and just set up for the weekend and you know, meet some people. But I would see some of like the old school guys like sell their original pages, and they would sell like a cover of like a Marvel comic for like between 5 and 10 grand to like serious collectors. You know, they'd come in and they'd want to own this cover that they've had their whole life. And they're like, I want that. And I was like, everything I do is digital. Like I don't have an original. I don't have any covers to sell, you know? And I'm thinking I'm selling prints for like $10 a piece. And the guy next to me selling an original for 10,000. And I kept thinking maybe I should draw with pen and paper, you know, like that's the business. That's where you're more lucrative. But I love drawing digitally. Like that's all I've done for probably the last 10 years. That's just how I draw. That's how I make the best work. And Paul was kind of like, well, listen, digital artists can now sell originals. It's like, and I was like, wait, someone found a way for digital artists. It's like the modern society caught up to what art used to be, but for modern digital artists. And I was like, okay, now I'm in. I got to like dig in and start figuring this whole thing out. And so that's really what sold it to me. Paul chirping in my ear all the time and me seeing these traditional artists crush it. And I was like, how, you know, like, how can we? And then I was like, oh, there's a thing now, you know, like, yes, I want to learn about this thing.
Wow, you can really see how I see this a lot in Cardano, just like seeing how life circumstances really line up, and just to sort of point out where the purpose is, like just to point out where you should be going. And it seems like it was so clear in your life. That's really awesome.
Well, it just took something like I wouldn't have thought.
You heard
like,
it.
You know, like, or how I wouldn't have thought a way to sell digital art the way people are doing it, or making rare collectible items in a digital fashion. Like, I mean, I'm like all artistic brain when it comes to like programming or like, and that's probably where Occult Archives maybe not hurts, but it could be stronger, because really it's, you know, like I don't have a team, you know what I mean? Like I run the project by myself. Literally it was like, I'm just doing this because I love art and music and I want to put it out there. Yes, I had the NFT Maker Pro, so shout out to Patrick and Christian and everybody over there. They built my website for me and they handled the actual mint. So they were like, send us all the artwork, tell us how you wanted to break it down. We'll run the mint. That way, if there's any issues, people can come to us with questions. So that part of it was really helpful. But as far as like innovative, like tech side of things, like I don't really know where to go with that, you know? So what I, you know, and I know this, my friend. Say what?
I say we're right there with you.
Okay, I'm sure you guys are probably one step ahead of me, but so for instance, on the same thing, without I know you didn't ask the question, but I'm finding a convenient segue into trying to be innovative with this without being a technical person. So like I was saying, I'm trying to like recreate the same experience that I have at Comic-Cons, where like fans come and they like buy prints for me. So I have like a bunch of big 11x17 like lithograph prints of like, you know, Spider-Man and Batman and characters that people love, and they'll come and they'll get their prints and then they'll have a nice piece of art to take home. And that for me is like the collector side that I like to do. And I thought, how can we do this digitally? So for me, I thought, the art needs to be like quality, you know, like I've seen a lot of projects out there that are incredible art. I've seen a lot of projects out there where I'm thinking this person probably shouldn't be drawing, you know, but that's just, you know, art is also in the eye of the beholder. What one person loves, another person's not going to love. And that's the cool thing about art, is everyone likes something different. But I was like, I want these to be cool pieces of art. And then recently I just started doing offering signatures. So now you can come into my Discord and say, hey, I want to get my NFT signed by you.
Oh, damn.
So what they would
That's
do
awesome.
is they send a little bit of ADA. They're like, hey, I want to get it signed. So then I'll open up my tablet and I'll actually hand sign over top of their NFT. And then
Wow.
I'll update the image on the blockchain so that they got their NFT signed. So not only can they get a signature on it, but they could also get a remark. So a remark at Comic-Cons is where you get a little sketch. So the guy would sign it and then it might do a quick little face of the character. So it's like a little sketch on top. So you can either get your NFT signed or remarked via like sending the ADA through a DM on my Discord, and then I will actually remark or sign your NFT and then update it on the blockchain. So that was my little way of how can I innovate from the artistic side without like coding some crazy thing to happen to your NFT.
Dude, that's huge, man.
Yeah, I
like
love that.
that's one of those analog things that you really don't want to lose. Like I don't think it's in danger of being lost, but it is in danger of being lost on this digital
Sure,
way.
no, I mean, yeah, because like there's no connection. And the other thing is mine aren't one of one PFPs. You know, like I said, there's 25 different characters. So for a common pool, there's 60 of that same NFT. So a lot of people like they want to flip, you know what I mean? But I'm like, my project's not a flipping project. Mine's a collecting project. And sometimes I have to remind myself that you're seeing other projects that sell out on day one. I'm like, oh, why didn't my project sell on day one? And I thought, well, because a lot of those people are buying 10, 20, 30 at a time, planning to flip. You're not going to buy 30 of a project that you might get 20 of the same one, you know? So for me, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a slow build. It's going to be a collector's only kind of thing, but how can I make it special? How can I create that rarity? And I thought, okay, so now when you get it signed or remarked, it immediately becomes a 1 of 1. So it used to be 1 of 60. Now it's a 1 of 1 because it's got that sketch on it, you know? And I'm not just copy and pasting my signature. I tell each person I'm hand signing each one at a time. So no signature will look the same. And so anyone who's like, ooh, I've got 1 of 60, but I wish it was a 1 of 1, you can turn it into a 1 of 1 now.
Oof.
You know?
That's so cool.
I really like it.
Damn, I'm about to get mine remarked.
Yeah,
well, I'm glad you guys think it's a good idea. You're not like, that's stupid, Billy. So,
No,
you know,
I think that's
no, it's
That's
a
really
great
great.
idea.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to do it with my NFTs.
I know.
and I'm you know, like I could keep the secret, but I want other people to do it. I think it's a cool idea.
Right.
You know, like I assume other people would be like, that's a great idea. We should do something like that too.
So you got the policy is open then, so you're able to just make those
Correct.
changes.
Yeah.
And how long is that policy open until?
You'll have to ask the NFT Maker Pro guys that
But
question.
it's open long enough to get them.
When it was anything like that, when I first started, I was like, I don't understand what open policy is, and they're like, okay, we've got that for you. So yes, but I do know that it's open because I actually take the new art and we have like a Google Drive where I upload the sketch and then they actually change it on the chain for me to make sure that it's
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. That's so cool.
Wow.
I'm so glad that you have the.
When did you start doing that?
Just last week, I just
Okay,
started off
like
it, like,
wondering how
here we are. All
Damn,
right.
a couple days. So yeah.
Hot off the presses.
That's right.
And that's so cool. Are you going to go to CNFT Con?
Oh yeah.
It's the same weekend as New York Comic Con.
Oh.
And I'm always at New
man.
York Comic Con. I've been there for probably 7 years straight, and it's one of my biggest shows. And I'm gut because I totally was planning to be there until my wife goes, you know, it's the same weekend as we're going to be in New York, and I was like, oh, so
You'll miss it 1 year to go to CNFT.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully they'll fall on different, especially since I live in California, but way easier to get to Vegas than New York. But you know, one of those things, New York Comic Con and San Diego Comic Con, like they're massive. And if you're serious about that industry, like you just kind of have to be there. Like the opportunities that come across while you're there, like set up my work for the whole year, you know? So things I can't miss.
I read a really cool like fandom article about, you know, how you kind of started doing all these covers, and it was really cool.
It's like the opportunities that come, and at CNFT Con, the same opportunities would come in the NFT world. You know what I mean? But I have to remind myself that NFTs are a part of my life. It's not my whole life. You know what I mean? Like I haven't like quit all the other things I've done to dive wholeheartedly in it. Not to say I'm not like fully behind my project. I mean, I'm in my Discord every day. I'm thinking about Occult Archives every day, but I'm also still like draw for Marvel, and I'm still producing music for other artists, and I'm still balancing all the things I like doing. So I kind of have to pick and choose, you know, which one is the one that's gonna, because I'm also gonna be promoting Occult Archives at Comic Cons, and I don't know what other comic book artists are gonna be there with flyers that are like, check out my NFT project. Here's the website. Like I'm gonna be, you know, onboarding people at those shows like who don't understand about NFTs. So everyone at CNFT Con already knows about it. So it's an opportunity to bring new people into the table at the Comic Cons who maybe don't know about it. So, you know, that was kind of me deciding like, okay, I think it's more important to like go here and try to pull some people in.
I'm so glad you're doing that, because you're such a good spokesperson for it, and you're just in a really good position for it. So I'm
Well,
glad
thank you.
that you're thinking that way. That's really good. Before you know it, this place is going to be even more popping off.
Absolutely.
It's
And I do
happening.
want to shout out my Discord. I got some people in there. My dude Jay Peepo, he's my moderator in there. He's been super awesome at keeping everything going. Then I have a team of community leaders who have been there with me since day one. And like I said, since I'm the only one running the show, there's times where I coach both my kids' basketball teams also. So 3 nights a week, I'm at basketball practice all Saturday long. I'm at basketball, and then I think, oh, I can't be in my server right now. What if someone's in there and they have questions and they want to mint and I can't be? And there was like this guilt that like I don't have a team. But my Discord group is like so great. People come in with a question and there's like 10 people all over them. Hey, what's up? Welcome. What can we help you with? And it takes so much stress off me just knowing I've got this awesome community. So I've gotta shout out and show some love to my Discord fam. They're killing it.
There he is.
They really are. I mean, I remember when I first went in there, I got welcomed in a much kinder way, and just like a much more immediate way, and just like the conversations were all like really nice and chill and positive.
Good. And I want that. And I encourage that, because I've gone to other Discords where I'm like, I should see what other people do. I got to learn by going in. I'll go up and be like, what's up? And they're like, so? And I'm like, no, like, what's up? And they're like, who are you? And I'm like, leave.
Yeah.
Like, no, like, this is a bad vibe. Like, come on, man. You should go in and feel good about it.
Exactly.
So that's good to hear that you went in and had a good experience. That makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it all starts.
Well, I can't even believe everything that you're doing. Like, it's very exciting. Do you have any idea about what you may be doing in a year from now? What NFTs look like for you then?
Yeah, that's crazy just to think, because we're still, like I said, in uncharted territory. I don't even know.
I can't answer that question, honestly.
Part of me hopes, and I know people probably hate this, that we change the term NFT, because I feel like it has a salty connotation already, and I hate that people hear the word. If we were out there calling them digital collectibles, I think millions of more people would be in here, because that's
Not
a
a
term they can
barrier.
understand. You know what I mean? So I would love to see the concept be there, but maybe the way we talk about it or approach it or like present it is a little different in a year, to try to bring more people in. But that, that's one thing that I see. But, like I said, this is just chapter one. We're just about 400 sold out of 1,000. So we're not only halfway through this first series. But at 50%, I have a really great drop. So I've been working with this amazing CG modeler who works in video games. His name is Gary, and he's an incredible CG modeler. So he took my main Overlord Master vampire with the big wings and stuff like that, and he did this 3D model of it that looks incredible. It looks so cool.
Wow.
And then we did a few variants where there's like the main color, an alternate color, one that looks like a clay, like animation maquette statue. Then we did a solid gold one. And then, so we're going to drop that at 500. We're going to only put 50 of them out. So that's going to be a super limited drop. And those will be rare. There's going to be, sometimes it might be a full moon. Sometimes it might be a crescent moon. There's going to be different sky colors. So we're going to really kind of like rarity those up, as you would say. So that drops. And so we've only got 100 more or so to sell till we hit that, to that. So I'm very excited about that.
It's crazy how, I mean, you don't even realize that a project it's hard to know who has sold out and who hasn't, because like I would be continuing to talk about this on the news, but you just kind of assume that it is,
It's sold, yeah.
Yeah,
but I also know that I did some things right and wrong. I didn't build my Discord before dropping. I built the Discord as I was dropping. I maybe only had 60 people in the Discord when we launched, and now we're almost at 700 people. So like it's like I keep thinking, oh, so if I would have dropped today, like everything would happen. Like, but I didn't know what I was doing. Like, we're all learning. So
exactly.
like,
you can't.
I keep thinking, and I keep reminding myself that it's not a flip project. This is a collector's project. And if there was a bunch of flippers, half the people like in the community, like everyone who bought one right now is like in and supporting, and they want to be a part of it. There's no one in there who just like bought it and flipped it. So like, it's a super solid community. And for that, I'm thankful.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I almost think like maybe it's better that we didn't just like
have
a huge volume of them taken away from me. Like, well, now nobody can buy it because the flippers got to them. So yeah, so I'm happy that we're creeping up on 50%. And like I said, the second chapter is werewolves. I already have all the art done and the soundtrack is done. So everything with the werewolves drop is ready to go. So as soon as we, get to that sold out mark. And of course, I'm looking to do some comics and stuff like that. It's one of the roadmap rewards I had was, let's get to 75% sold, and I'll do a little short story, a digital comic, giving a little bit of background behind some of the characters. And ideally, I would love to do animated videos, actually take the score that I did and hire an animation studio to produce like a 3-minute animated video with the characters, with the NFT characters, like doing a cool, vampire fight sequence or something over the soundtrack. And then again, do another animated video with the werewolves and so on. So that's something I see in the future where I'd love to go. And
That's
I don't know. I'm trying to not overpromise because I don't know what the landscape is. I'm just an artist and a musician who's making products I'm proud of and sharing it with people who like my art. And that's the most I can ask for right now. And if it grows to something bigger and other people come in and say, hey, we like your project, we want to help, we want to invest, we want to make this thing bigger, like, cool, great, let's talk about it. But I'm not going to say, we're doing the metaverse and the video games coming out and all this stuff, because I don't even know about that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's stupid to promise it and then have people be like, oh, you rugged us. So, I'm pretty straightforward with what I'm trying to do and just kind of let it organically grow. And I'm happy with the growth so far. And
that's what we like to hear. Yeah. I like that you're doing roadmap rewards too. That's a good idea.
You got one of being an early supporter. I saw you show it earlier. That was I thought the idea of this fake, occult organization. What if we all went to work each day and we had to scan our badge in like you do it like a government job, and it's like, oh, you're a paranormal investigator and you work in the lab tech, or you're a field tech and you're a lichen hunter or something, and you scan in for a job. So that was something we did, which was generative. You didn't know which department and which job you were going to get assigned to, and then the first 250 holders all got sent this badge and then it assigned you to a different place to work at Occult. So
such a good aesthetic,
and that was just a cool little airdrop for everybody saying thank you for being early.
Totally. And I mean, I'm glad you have that outlook, because that outlook as far as like, it really is just better to, even though it feels like, oh, I wish I would have done it differently, it is so much better to have it happen over time than just have it be this like exploding thing that's gone. It's like
a lot of them come and go. You see this huge rush and they all blow up, and then I get jealous. I'm like, oh man, and then I'm like, wait, I haven't heard about that project from. I go to the Twitter and it's just not even a Twitter anymore. I'm like, oh, they're just gone.
Exactly.
So Oside 3000 says that they're using their badge as a lanyard at CNFT Con.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Shit. Shout out to Oside. That's a name I see pop up all the time, showing me love and support. So thank you so much. And if you really use your badge at CNFT Con, you got to send a picture. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, we'll get. I like hearing things that people are going to be wearing, because then it's like, I'll see you.
Inspiring. I remember exactly. That's the guy. What's up, cool. Oside? That's me in 8 months.
Exactly.
Amazing.
That's so cool. So I was taking a look at your Twitter here, and I spotted something I wasn't aware of.
Oh shit!
Music NFT pre-launch party. What can you tell us?
So the Aiden Ninja guys had reached out. That's another project I got to show some love to. They've been extremely supportive of me in trying to just help me out and teach me about community building. And they said, let's do some collabs. So we did an art collab recently where I designed my own ninja, and then they actually drew one of my characters, and we did a dual giveaway. Sweet. And then they said, we'd love to get you involved on the music side. So, as you know, Aiden Ninjas is also a music and art project. They have a really great music team over there. And they asked if I would contribute some guitar. So they sent me like a rough early idea for a song. And they were like, can you add some stuff to it and kind of just go to town on it? So I tracked a bunch of guitar ideas on the song and sent it back to them. And then they had 2 vocalists come in. So I actually haven't heard the finished song. I haven't heard the song with the vocals. Wow, so when I worked on it, it was just an instrumental song. And I sent it back. And then, they got these 2 vocalists who both seem like really, really great and excited about the NFT space as well. And so this is just going to be like a streaming event. So all next week, we've got like Q&As, launch events, and all kinds of stuff in their Discord where I'll be popping in and showing some love on that.
Damn, well, we're definitely going to be there for that. I'm glad that I'm hearing about this.
Yeah.
I've been out of the loop last week.
It'll be a nice after news thing for us on next Thursday.
Perfect.
Cool.
Well, we're really glad that you are feeling that support and love here, and that it's just been a really good experience for you.
It is. I'm stoked. I picked Cardano, and I'm happy to see where we all go.
Me too.
Absolutely.
And we definitely want to have you back on anytime.
For sure. Well,
Yeah,
thank you
we'll
guys
do
for
this
having me.
again.
I really appreciate it.
This is really great.
I feel like I learned a lot. And
So, yes, I heard you talk about the bat earrings. Very cool. I'm gonna have to get
I guess I just kind of wanted to throw this out there. Alyssa was a big fan
Yes.
as a teenager.
Oh,
I mean, of
thank
course,
you. Awesome.
continuing, but like,
Always love to hear that.
It was so inspiring for me. I also, like, I remember when I first saw y'all in a Twitter space here, you and Joel, and y'all were talking about the toothlessness of the Good Charlotte Claymates collection, you know, like how missing teeth.
yeah.
And I could really relate to that, like not having money, not learning those kind of habits. And it was just really nice for me to have y'all come on the scene when I was a kid, because it was like, it was something different that I could relate to. And that was not what I had experienced so far.
Yeah, we picked up, that wasn't our initial goal, but we picked up on it really quickly that, like, wait a second, all of our fans are like people who like don't know where else to go, but they felt included here. So it was sort of like the Misfits group, you know, like you don't fit, well, you can fit here. Like all the people who don't fit do fit together here, because there's no judging here. There's no like, and because, you know, we were those kids in school, you know, like we were not the cool kids at all, you know, like I used to have dreadlocks like down, when I'm wearing a Korn shirt. I was like a big Korn, like Korn was my favorite band. I had like dreadlocks, and I, you know, I used to paint my nails black and like wear eyeliner, and like I was a weirdo in school, and I wasn't cool. And you know, so yes, Good Charlotte was always cool. About, you know, well, now we just fake it by getting tattoos and putting a guitar on and like trying to look cool, but we're still nerds on the inside. So, you know,
at least nerds are
thank
cool
you
now.
for thank you for being being a fan and still supporting us. I really appreciate that.
You know it. I mean, I want to do it even harder now that I know how amazing y'all actually are, for sure. You know, like,
well, thank you.
Kidding, just seeing y'all really be like, I don't know, you just get to see people be so authentic here that it's like hard not to just.
I like to think that we're lucky, you know, not special. Like anyone who gets to do what they do for a living, sure, there's a little bit of hard work and talent involved, but like not everybody makes it. Like you just right place at the right time. And if you get that opportunity, be thankful, be lucky. Don't walk around like you're hot shit and you deserve that, because you don't deserve it. You know what I mean? You got it, and be appreciative of it. And I try to remind myself that every day, because, you know, I could be doing something I don't love.
Exactly. And being grateful will just end up getting you more good shit, just because.
I hope so.
Just having that vibe out there, you know. Cool.
All right. Well, great
Good
show.
times.
Great.
I know you got lots of guests. I probably took up way too much time, but I'm really thankful to have you guys.
Right on time.
Perfect.
We're doing it. Well, thank you again for coming, and we'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Shout out to the rest of the guests. Crypto Heaps, what's up, brother? I don't know if you're around yet, but that's my dude. So
that's
give
how
him some love.
I got connected to Billy.
Yeah,
that's right. Yes, Crypto Heaps said you got to learn about these some of my friends. He was like, they're good people. So yeah.
Oh,
I can't wait to
big shout out there.
Great show.
News correspondent.
All right. Peace.
All right. See you guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right. So, Billy, you can close the tab if you want.
Yeah.
I know you're backstage, but you can just close it if
won't,
you feel like it, or stay.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. You're totally invited to stay.
Yeah. Sometimes we get people who
we
stay
just want
for the
them to know they don't have
3-hour
to.
episode, and we're just like, leave if
because
you
it's
want.
long. It's a long one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, that was really fun. Let's go to our next segment here. We're going to be talking about Cardano news.
Here it is.
Yes, and there's
always warm, always sunny. This is the warmest, sunniest opener.
Sometimes Cardano. Wait, no, it's always Cardano.
Real news, real nonsense.
Okay, here we go. Cardano news. Here we go. So, there are a few things to talk about today. Coinbase, interestingly enough, has expanded their staking to include ADA. Now that's kind of a big deal because, like, I mean, it's 3.7% staking rewards, so it's still not as good as you're going to be getting generally from a from a regular standard pool.
Yeah.
But you know, it's one of those things where if you don't want to have the responsibility of holding your private keys and maybe losing it all, then I guess leave it on Coinbase and stake it. I mean, it's an option now. Before, I wouldn't even have considered it.
And I mean, people will see it because of that, right?
That's another. They'll understand that staking happens.
Yeah,
that's true.
And
it's like legitimizing or something. I don't know. Not that it really needs it that much.
Now, of course, we still recommend that you hold your own keys. Yes, it's a little nerve-wracking to know that this piece of paper has, is worth X amount of ADA, and if you lose it, good luck. But it's still the way to go because that's personal responsibility, people.
Yeah.
The government can't get it if it's on a piece of paper.
That's true.
Probably.
You're
It
not
looks
in the
like
same
the
way.
staking is automatic too, right?
No way.
It says just keep your ADA in
Yeah.
account and earn staking
Okay.
rewards.
I can
That's
say, I mean,
pretty
that's
interesting.
attractive. I get it.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah, I wouldn't keep it on there.
But still, awesome. But
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, MinSwap. No, this is great. So MinSwap smart contracts is now open source. So if you want to really find out what's going on under the hood of a DEX, go check out MinSwap. Fully, anyone who understands it can probably get a lot out of it. I wouldn't get anything out of it if I were to look at
that's
it.
what I was trying to
I
figure
don't
out.
understand
There was
any
a
of that.
point into me looking at it.
But that's cool. Now, is SundaySwap open source? I don't think so. Is it?
I
don't think it is.
It
Is
doesn't
this
have
the
the
first
vibe of
open
being,
source
but
Cardano? DEX?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It might be. I feel like it is.
but that's
feelings
not
aren't
newsworthy.
news. No. Oh,
but
man.
they can be, but not in this case.
No. Hey, what's up, Valo? Valo says that they have multiple pieces of paper with their keys in multiple locations. Of course, then that's just multiple points of failure, Valo. What you should do is memorize your keys and destroy every. Don't do
just
that.
kidding. No,
that's probably not going to work. Okay, let's take a look. Parameter update. Oh, this is good news.
Awesome.
Let me pop up this tweet from IOHK, and we'll tell you what's going on under the hood at Cardano.
Totally. So there was an increase in per block PlutoScript memory units. I remember when we heard that this was going to be happening, and it keeps happening. That's awesome. From 56M to 62M at
Megabytes,
megabytes.
I assume.
That's right. At the start
Memory
of
units?
Epoch 328. This incremental adjustment is just the latest in a continuing series of optimizations and increases to network capacity. As always, IOHK will monitor the adjustments for one epoch before assessing any further updates. As the ecosystem grows, they're now more focused on delivering the scaling phase, improving speed, network capacity, while maintaining security and, of course, decentralization, everyone's favorite.
As much as is possible at this stage of Cardano.
Exactly.
But I did see an exciting thing. Apparently 72% of ADA is staked right now over almost 4,000 different pools. So fairly decentralized, as far as that goes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're not going to reach true decentralization until Voltaire era happens, which is next after Basho. Basho is about scaling, which includes Hydra and all these different parameter updates, blah, blah, blah. And then Voltaire is about governance, and we will have control, and we can vote whether we want
Move over,
Charles to stay at the head of this whole thing, or find someone else.
I think he's doing good.
I like Charles.
I'll keep him.
I'd be afraid to give it to anyone else.
Yeah, me too.
Regardless of how Charles is doing.
I was kind of interested, I heard, in taking the job, but
Stella,
I'd throw a vote her way.
I would say she's probably next up after Charles.
I think she could be the president of the United States, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know if she could
Yeah. For sure, she could do that. She would do that pretty good, actually.
Yeah. Okay, what else we got here? One more little update, and then we're going to be ready a little bit early, I think, for our next guest. But I'm looking backstage, and it seems like they're probably ready. I think they're all back
looking
there.
Good. It's looking good. Looking like we made a cool
backstage is like a little window that it feels like looking through blinds because you can't really see it all. There's like icons.
It's a metaversal apartment building. It's like a high rise.
It's like, who's back
it's like,
there? You guys ready?
Boop, 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 and they've got little windows.
All right. Well, one more. Wing Riders. Tyler, you want to?
So Wing Riders is a new DEX that's working towards their way towards a mainnet launch. But before they do that, they are testing everything out on the testnet.
Look at this. this is I didn't expect to see this. This is the text, it looks like a video game.
Yeah,
but go on, sorry.
No. So yeah, it's basically it's just a new DEX that's coming, and right now they're in testnet, and they're asking the community to go over there and
That was a gun.
test out the DEX as much as you can, give it hell to see if it withstands everything. But yeah,
Wow.
it's just
They're
another
calling
new DEX that's coming.
They're calling them riders even. Now that's advanced because
Yeah.
that's normally what like a project would do, MFers
Yeah.
or whatever. But
Yeah.
a Dex is now creating this.
I
kind
thought
of
he was holding a
community
gun, but he's
following that.
actually pointing.
I think it's set up. It's like
Pointing
the
at the-
the armature or the pose or whatever.
It
It's
is
like
that
gun,
sort of
right?
pose.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He's Vanna Whiting. It.
Yeah, I
is
know,
what
but
he's
it's
doing.
sort of been
True.
it's a Vanna White if she was good at holding guns and that was natural
This
for her.
guy's
So she did
clearly
like
held a gun. I'm not
That's what I'm trying to say.
True.
That's all I'm saying.
He definitely has.
Yeah, that's cool though. I mean, it's good to be memorable, to be distinguishable. I think that's cool.
Just poking
And
around
it's
the
always
web.
fun to play with testnet stuff too, because you feel rich.
Yeah, you can buy
Definitely.
and sell like a king,
Uh-huh.
a king of imaginary.
Oh, I'm gonna trade 10,000 tada for some. I don't know what their token's called, but
Swapping
it's
it.
always fun.
Okay, cool. Well,
And cheaper.
that brings us to the end of our Cardano news section. I like that. That was some interesting stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Glad
Every
that we
week
get to.
there
I really
is.
liked that we get to do this. I learned so much all the
I
time.
know.
Yeah, me
Big
too.
shout out to Will,
Oh,
as
yeah,
always,
He's so
for
smart.
putting it all together.
Thank you for
I'm
keeping
gonna
us
send
smart,
his
Will.
Twitter account in the. I keep
Yeah.
forgetting to
Yes.
do that.
Every Wednesday night, he says news doc submitted, and we know that there's just
A
so
fat,
much
fat,
stuff
juicy
to work through.
document.
Yeah, we're gonna get him
I
on
think
here.
I think
His-
he's working right now, so let's surprise him with
He's at
a
work.
bunch of new followers.
Yeah, he's gonna be
follow
like
this man. He's a
Yeah,
good guy. We really love Will.
yeah. And it's the magic of Cardano that literally the very first person that we ever talked to about doing the news with us turned out to be like this just
He's the
magical
best.
being, just the best. And
And he
it's
looked like
Like living
And-
like 10 minutes from me.
10 minutes from Tyler.
Yeah.
What the freaking
That's
frack?
crazy.
it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It's insane. And now we're all in the Eastern time zone.
That's right. We've all
Mhm.
gone Eastern. Pretty
Yep.
cool. Let's see. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Patreon. We kind of forget to bring that up a lot.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah.
have a news Patreon, and there will be an airdrop going out very shortly.
every month.
So if anyone's interested in getting in on that, it's
Oh,
$20
yeah,
a
good,
month.
Good.
And among other things, you get an airdrop every month.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
of a different NFT that no one else is ever going to
You
get.
get
So it's
that,
pretty cool.
and after 3 months, you get a CNFT news mug,
That's
just
right.
like this.
That's right. And the first
And
batch
you'll
went
get
out.
an NFT of this news mug as well.
We haven't sent those out.
No one has gotten that yet, but
But we-
they're going to be getting it soon.
It's in the works.
Yeah.
The 3D modeling is done. We just haven't actually
Yeah.
gotten to that next step.
Yeah.
So please check out our Patreon. It's out there. I believe the link is in
It's
the
in
description.
the about,
And
well,
if you
and it's also in the about of the YouTube channel.
like and subscribe. You know?
Yeah, good
that's the thing.
job. That's a good thing to remember.
Hit that like
yes,
button,
yes.
mash it. That's what they say. And
Hit it
Great, dude,
violently.
you know, if you got a friend who's into NFTs, you should send them a link or something.
mhm.
Definitely.
pretty good.
That's
I
how they
mean-
can get, even if they're new, they'll learn so much in one episode
That's
that
right.
they will be able to impress someone in a conversation and say, did you hear about that parameter update?
Billy Martin was
Well,
saying
how about
earlier
this?
that.
We should call them digital collectibles instead because it's more approachable.
What do you guys think about
True.
that?
I mean, I agree. I think that there is this place is too fat with unapproachable vocabulary words that we love,
Mhm.
of course, but that are not exactly what we want to be putting out
isn't
there.
really something that you can
No, it sounds like
say.
shit.
Yeah, it's a
It sounds so
mouthful, right?
businessy.
Yeah.
It sounds so like abbreviated.
I've never really considered it, but he
I
may have
never
just
did
opened my
either.
eyes to a new idea here.
Mhm. I mean, language is important.
Yeah,
It is.
I can dig it.
Yeah. And it just became, I don't know, it just became sort of, it's one of those abbreviations already. And then it sort of became spoofed in a lot of places. And it's just like, I don't think people take it seriously because of, cartoons.
Yeah, and honestly,
whatever.
it makes a lot of sense that fast forward X number of years and no one will be calling it NFTs. They'll be saying this, some
Yeah.
term, and they'll say and one of the, let's say it's an NFT, that's a separate, that's a way to explain what it is, not a way to name it, maybe.
I mean, it's like if you hand someone a piece of paper, you're not like, here's a piece of paper. You're like, here's
the information.
Here's the information. Yeah.
By the way, it's a piece of paper.
Exactly.
You should need to file it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Maybe we'll come up with some cool new names.
Yeah.
We'll have to think about it.
Yeah.
But let's go to our second special guest. This is happening. I'm really excited to talk to these folks.
Me too.
I was blown away.
Holy
by
shit. Censor me. God damn it. Holy.
Our viewers are safe on our hands.
No more cursed blood on our hands.
Now that is a gendered statement, Vala.
My friend who doesn't understand NFTs, he always refers to them as not for touching, like NFT.
That makes sense.
That's
Digital,
a good way to remember it. Yeah. Unless you get that NFTL.
We keep getting distracted. I'm going to bring the guests on.
Okay. But wait, we have to hear with the audience. I do this one.
You want?
I want to hear if anybody special in the audience has something wild to do.
Okay. Audience members, how do you feel?
What's your talent? Show us your talent.
Next guest.
Soundboard died.
They have no thoughts whatsoever.
They have all dropped their mouths open, and they are. That's so wild.
It's not working.
The entire audience seems to have turned into mannequins. What can you do? That it just happens sometimes.
I'm really confused. Wait.
There was the talent.
Okay, these guys have been teased long enough. Let's bring them on.
Bring them out.
Special guest, go. Hey.
How's it going? You okay?
Yo, what's happening?
Look at all y'all.
1, 2, 3 in the fold.
Main man in the middle.
Atreyu. Oh my God.
What's up?
All right. Welcome,
Epic times.
Thank you guys so much for coming.
We're big fans.
Oh, thanks for having us on, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, 100%.
How's everyone doing? You okay?
Yeah. Oh,
it's all.
Yeah. We're great. And we're just so excited about your mission. Like everything y'all are all doing. We just totally vibe with it, and I can't wait to hear about what you're doing.
We're currently in the middle of revamping everything. So we're redoing the website and redoing. It was nice hearing Billy talk because we're pretty much in the same boat. Not technically gifted, so we're trying to use as many tools as we can and try to use them in all the wrong ways, I think. But yeah, we're currently just redoing the website and looking to do a Discord because I didn't know anything about Discord.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you catch us for our latest collaborative drop? Is that where you joined the fold, or did you catch us for any of our series?
Yes. The collaborative drop. We started talking to Atreyu. I mean, I've always been wanting to buy some of his stuff and never being able to afford it, which really upset me because it was just never at the right time. And so I got to start talking to him on Twitter, and he was just like really fun and easy to talk to. And then we started going down the rabbit hole of this NFT, which is just like y'all's collab is like everything we would ever want to do. Like it has so much experience in it. I mean, it's
very experiential.
It's the best thing I've seen. I mean, it's the best thing I've seen in all of CNFTs so far. It's crazy.
Thank you. That's unbelievably humbling. So the collab did bring that out. The whole reason we're revamping everything is because of that collab. Really, it kind of unlocked a few boxes both ways, I hope. And it was a serious pleasure getting to know Atreyu, who's a great bloke. And it was just, it went on. We've done it during a correction as well.
Yeah.
It's like, right, we're gonna have to go through it. There is no rush uphill, so we were just just pushing it. We didn't want the energy to die off it really, so we just keep it going.
So
Yeah, it was
cool.
interesting.
What
I
can I
mean,
call all of you? Go. Let's hear everybody's names or what they wish to be called.
So we start over this way.
Taste.
Which
All
is
right.
it? Way?
You can call me Taste 32.
Oh yeah, it's so
Brady
true. So
Bunch.
true. We're Brady bunching. They're all in
It's all
different
good.
orders on every computer too. Oh, they're not.
Nope.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so
Yeah, I think
yeah, I'm Taste 32. You can find me on Twitter. Usually bouncing around some nonsense. I'm just trying to support the scene. Yeah, it's good to be a nice, vibrant kind of involvement, and it gets me creating late into the night. So that can't be a bad thing to have that output and inspiration just on tap. Turn on crypto Twitter. Whoa, okay, instant like interaction with artists, collectors. Just that feedback just makes you want to create instantly. So yeah, it's good to just feed off that power, really.
It's crazy to have that feedback, isn't it? Like it's just like so not what we're used to. Just like having people care all the time about what you're doing. It's like a whole new world. It is very inspiring for sure.
I think that's why things move so fast. Like everyone's just feeding off of each other.
Yeah.
Like their ambitions and stuff.
Yeah,
Definitely.
time doesn't operate the same way in this space at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
It's like I gotta keep thinking. We started in November, you know, like and it's wild how the changes in the platforms, the changes in the tool sets, the changes in the community in general. I think is the best experience I've ever had in my life as an artist, having no middlemen in a way between me and people who are interested in my work. It's incredible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
And just the other way as
crazy.
well, once you know you're supporting the artists in the space, like you know that your money's going or your funds are going direct.
That's a
It's
new
much more
experience too.
transparent. It's
Yeah.
nice because otherwise, you know, you're trying to support the artist and your pound just gets lost or whatever.
Yeah.
Your dollars.
That's why it's easy to want to spend money too. That's another reason it's so easy to want to spend money, because you love this person and you're
Yeah,
like,
it's just
oh
for
no, I
instance.
want them to have my money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that they will get my
We need
money.
to get the outside money coming in, so we don't have to keep dishing out.
Yeah,
our tokens
yeah.
around. That'd be it.
100%.
I'm looking at Tyler there. He's got a nice half a bag of mine after he sold me a couple of guns. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's good. It's good. It all goes around, man. Like
Yeah, it does.
Thank you, by the way.
Let's hope Billy Martin. Oh yeah, I remember seeing you on the spinning wheel,
Yeah.
Yeah.
on our show when we would like see who's gonna get the physical copy.
almost. Would have loved one of those physicals.
So close. Next
So-
time.
Is
those
there
are so-
is there a way to see the computer screen interface that y'all had
I
going
can
on?
pull it up.
I seem to have lost the website
And that's
or
very
something.
key.
Yeah,
I'm
That's
trying
key.
to find it.
I'll share it.
Oh
Is it
yeah.
Is the terminal still up?
Should be.
I hope so.
I
I
think
haven't
so.
gone through and
I
swept
went
it
messing
yet,
about
so-
in it yesterday. I don't think I done it. Yeah,
Oh, there we
There
go.
it is. This
Hot.
blew my mind all the way.
I kept thinking I was at the end, and then I was like, no, there's more. Wait, there's more.
So I
So
don't know
this
if you guys
thing-
want to tell me what to click on, or if I should
Yeah.
just explore. Or
Yeah, I mean, you'll do well just exploring. You should definitely notice the special
through it a bit.
accessory in the paperclip's hand. I loved that. He's got a pipe in his mouth. I'll
falling
tell
on
you
hard
about
times,
that.
man. He's falling on hard times.
This
Stop
thing was
getting
so
updated.
So it's like a terminal. It's a fake desktop with kind of a story to be found
Mhm.
inside of it.
Music to be experienced,
yeah.
a world to be experienced, and go ahead.
Intergalactic radio, which was mind blowing.
Which had such inspiring
Right.
words on it. Like it was just full of
I couldn't stop.
oh man.
I went through the entire thing all at once.
And then
Really
this
well
guy was
done.
talking about time, right? What was he talking about?
Oh yeah,
Time?
Ravelli fell down that
Yeah.
rabbit hole deep doing the release of the series, unfortunately, and it seemed to resonate with the theme of what we were releasing, with the whole Cypher character affecting local time and chain load. And then I found this as an audio book during that time, and it just set me off on another.
Yeah,
I just
that
wanted to
scrambled
share it,
my
'cause it
eggs.
just resonated hard.
Off on a fascinating tangent. Cool. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, can people still get this? It's probably
Can they access it?
like, can people still buy this NFT? Like,
I think they all got the
They're all gone now, I
these
think.
gone and the
Figured they
auctions now, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we finally sold them
man.
out.
Yeah.
Come on, Ben.
How did y'all meet each other, and do y'all plan to keep to collab more?
Atreyu reached out to us. We had bounced before. He was in a few spaces where we were in, so we linked up slightly. But then he asked about a collab, and I think we just hit it off straight away. So the general idea was we just got to take the lid off and keep taking the lid off and see where it goes. And I think that's the journey we're on since we've entered the space. And it just kept evolving, and then that's the more we went into the story, the more the pieces started coming out. But the auctions were kind of finished after the first ones, and then we always knew we'd have these two the main drop and then the auctions. But intertwined in that was a mission for one of our followers, which a lot of people.
Yes, minting mission. Oh,
It was
no.
he went on. He had to sign a contract, and then he got a spaceship, and then he had to fly to a certain place, meet all these characters, and get different things, and eventually get the floppy disk and get all the nomads into this terminal that was outside of the initial ones. So there was like a story within a story within a story, really.
And it was like you waited 7 days for it to be unlocked. Like that's why I haven't. I'm very excited to do. Can I still do the second part of it?
The auction?
Now that it's open? Well, like, we
This.
were, okay. That's
Tyler's on it,
right,
yeah.
right, cool.
Yeah, so that was your invite then into the British Circle,
Amazing.
which was a 3-day event with back-to-back auctions.
So
which
cool.
we
Yeah, it happened right when we were moving.
Literally
so we were not
on the
able
day.
to
yeah.
Oh, man.
take advantage.
We could probably show the Hell Denisa, could we, Reese?
If you've got screen share capabilities, I'm on iPad.
Or even if you just type it in after the / would that bring it up?
Yeah, if you knew what it was, yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
You know what it is?
Yes, HEL
We'll send
DON.
them to the hangar first, I suppose. Eh?
Yeah.
I think it's D.
DON.
Is it SIA, Reese?
I mean, I've never seen. Oh well, I'll let y'all see.
And then 8.
Oh.
Sorry. D's in. No.
There you go.
HELDONSIA. Is that
There's
right?
a double S, I think. Let me just.
Double S. There you go.
What's it?
ISA on the end.
ISA. Okay.
Ah,
This
good
is
eye,
right.
good eye. It's funny to see how well we can all see that.
There we go.
Oh my God, you did it.
Broken through.
We broken through. We hacked it. Crew. We were
This-
lucky enough to hack it.
Sick.
Once he got his ship, he had to go here to meet an informant who had stolen something and just explore this place. And then the informant would turn up at a certain time and it'd be a little character talking, giving him instructions. But most of it is like an outlet for like some of our interest in writing and
Yeah,
very
y'all have
inspiring.
very interesting writing.
Where did the terminal come from? Who made this thing?
I think that was Atreyu's concept, was it, Reese?
Yeah, it was Atreyu's idea.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
We need to go back to
Yeah,
something nostalgic, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it all started with we came together and we knew that we wanted to do something collaborative. So we first start off with 3 different individual pieces that we made, these digital paintings essentially, and we each took turns overlapping our styles on top of those
Yeah,
3
that's
different
true.
images. We made 100 copies of each, and we had a storyline set up for those for people to go collect them. They're in these vials that were scattered from a crashed spaceship. After we had sold officially out of those 300, then we moved on to this auction storyline, and that's where this terminal came into play. We want to give it essentially this book 1, a final chapter, and a next chapter to go and to have people journey on, go further into the story of this Zypher character, and get something bigger, because we went big with the community, getting a lot of people involved with a pretty affordable mint, with a lot of them,
Yeah,
and
that
then
was
moving into these more interesting, deep storyline terminal based type thing. But yeah, taking it back legacy, taking it back to the old school when we grew up in, a lot of us are from the 90s and the 80s and stuff. And having those old icons and those old characters to play with, we thought that was a lot of fun, and so we kept building on that, and these guys, Threefold Bold, they're legends with putting art together quick. I tell you, when they do art live, they make shit happen on the fly.
Wow.
Anything you have in mind, anything you want to come up with, they're on it. They're already moving as you're talking. I think
as long as you're in the right time zone.
As long as we're in the right time zone.
There it is.
I think there was some sort of chemistry that we noticed ever since the first time we met. Because when we originally got on our first Discord chat back in November, there was some sort of we talked for hours. I think we talked for like 3 hours that night. We were just talking about whatever and anything, and it was just a good time. And from then on out, anytime we talked, it was like we were just getting lost in conversation, going from this subject to that. And I think that's how it's been the whole time, really.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice.
You guys are vibing.
It's really good to have those people in the community that you can just write a lot to and have it go in all sorts of weird places. The thing that struck me that made me just really fall in love with it is that it just sort of has this vibe like I've touched this relic of another universe. It's like an SCP. Like I'm here at my normal computer. I'm at my like grandparents' computer. Like I got that paperclip saying what's up to me, but shit went wrong. Like they bought
Grandma, what?
They bought like a computer from some weird dealer or something, and so it's actually got all this intergalactic everything on it and
but they
crazy new technology, NFTs.
I know, right?
So it's really awesome.
Yeah, I was totally blown away. Really cool stuff. How long has Threefold Bold been a thing? How long y'all been together?
About a year now, is it?
No way.
A year is me and Ree started Threefold Bold in 2015. We were originally looking to do organic fairwear t-shirts. And then that kind of project dropped off when we started having children and different things, and just like time at the, and then
time and space.
Road Tactics joined literally a year ago, and put a serious fire under the project again. And when you start intertwining audio with visual and then storytelling, it's something definitely happens. But it's just fun, man. It's so much fun. It's every day. Do you know what I mean? Look, we all got jobs outside of this.
Tell you about
when can I come home?
About it.
Watching the clock.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, you can. It is really nice when you get another person involved in the project. Like that's what happened with the news too. Like once we had Will on the team, it sort of inspired all of us to work harder on it, and each of us just knowing other people are working while you're working is really magical, because that it's like
you can see the evolution.
There's something about the three, isn't there? Like you could just picture as a fan blade, as one like drops off, you've got someone else picking up. It was
it's always weirdly in time as well.
Like Atreyu was just that spoke in the wheel, but we got it. It was a good
everybody's spoke in the wheel sometime. Yeah.
Are y'all in the same time zone or somewhere near?
We are, and then,
we are.
So it's 3 on 3, I think.
I'm not saying too much.
We're on the wrong side of the Atlantic to you, unfortunately.
And then I'm over
in which way round you go.
Eastern Standard Time. I'm up in Maine in the United States.
All right. Nice.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we're all in the Eastern now.
Eastern Unite.
We bought a few, and
too many then, probably.
Yeah,
it's just really exciting.
Yeah, it was really exciting. And we had to buy like a few from like each of us. Well, actually, we weren't sure that the other one was buying that many, and then the other one, and we were just like, "That's fine. I'm fine with that."
Miscommunication.
Yeah,
we ended up with a lot more than we thought that we would.
But I'm happy about it.
Hey,
but I do,
and
we got the choice, which Atreyu said was his favorite, and I mean, like, it's just so. The NFT itself that you minted from the desktop is so packed with symbolism and just like so amazing by itself, and just like combined with this whole experience.
These pieces I think we each took them to another level beyond our comfort as artists. I come from a digital background, so a lot of manipulation with Photoshop on regular, photos, and then coming in and having both filter and taste come in and play about on the image that I had already messed about with.
That's a nice word.
That was heavy, and doing the same on theirs too, right?
A true collab.
It's pure, yeah, and it really gets you to another place and brings this energy to the pieces that it's like, how could we even get here? You don't know, but it can only be done through other people's conscious minds coming together and just firing away. Really cool stuff.
Yeah, because you're literally looking at what they just experienced in front of them, and now you're experiencing that same thing in front of you, and your brain is now in front of it. So it's kind of like you got body snatched.
Wow.
It's like,
You need to like let your ego go a bit as well. And I don't mean like in a negative way. It's sometimes difficult watching someone else take your concept in a different direction. But that I think that we agreed that was the whole point. If we were going to grow and do something different, you're gonna have to surrender to someone else's input consistently, and it's just gonna have to keep going. And I've looked back at this because when you're in the actual project, I think sometimes you're so focused on the composition of the entire thing that I recently sat back and just had a look at stuff, and I think that they're really strong, man. The images in general as a narrative in it, and we actually started this series with Road Tactics doing the music first, which was we worked to that, so that was a new thing as well that we decided to do because, like Atreyu said, there was like a few 3-hour late night tales that amounted to just chatter. There was the direction was probably the 10 minutes of the conversation. So in the end, we made the decision that Road Tactics go away, make 3 tracks. We pick them out of a hat and we just make a piece to it, and then we develop the story from that.
wow, fun. Yeah.
They actually follow in succession as well, but it's a cyclical story, so you can jump in whenever, but it does have like
it was an interesting workflow as well, because obviously as within Threefold, obviously, and then Atreyu afterwards, it was the first time that we produced an NFT with the audio first before the images.
Yeah.
So I was just left to my own devices with all little bits of instruments and stuff in the house. I was like, get the egg shakers out, get the singing bowl out, get some wind chimes out. How much can we stick in this world and get the audio spinning? And I was like, you are happy. And I just walked away.
That's so cool. Wait, you're saying you did the audio for it?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Oh man, I really want to do that now. Be like listen to a song, and I guess I've kind of done that in certain ways.
Doctor, Everything Will Be All Right.
Yeah, we did do that with that. Yeah.
Let's Go Crazy from Prince. We made
we made an idealized freakish doctor with an eye for a head, as like what would a good doctor actually look like? He's kind of like a alien Doctor Who, but even more alien than Doctor Who or something.
Yeah, it's really nice to just play a song on repeat and just like do art to it.
Yeah, it's really cool to know that that's what was happening here.
Like you said earlier, language is important, isn't it? And like music is just another language. Someone, when they were posting up, were about, should I learn to code? And they were already a musician, and someone was like, well, music is coding. It's a language. And it is difficult. You mentioned the dynamic of the three. It's like trying to speak music to a musician as a visual artist. That's been a fun little path to trod. But I think we're slowly now getting to a point where we're on the same frequencies, just about. Yeah.
Same as the audio going to the visual as well. I'm like, can that just be a bit brighter over there? Can we just make that a bit lighter? Like, what are you on about?
Trying to understand each other's tool sets. Sometimes Road Tactics will pop a tune over and we're like, oh, could you make it a bit more this, that? And he's like, that's 4 hours. You're just asking me to do. That's not just a little the mess I'm working with. So, but we actually, I've said this on other spaces, and I kind of, any collaborative project, I would encourage us. We share a playlist on, at the moment, Spotify, where whenever we're working, we listen to the same album.
That's so
whatever
cool.
we're doing, and it does pay off. I think things become a bit quicker because we work remotely. We've only been together twice now, isn't it?
Yeah, in person. All
nice.
Wow,
that's pretty good.
That's a great idea.
Like less than 100 miles from Rogue Tactics, like 3-4 miles from Fulta, so there's no excuse. It's just schedules and
in
time.
the world, we're all in our worlds too. You know,
We're all
It's
here
hard-
right now
it's
together,
hard.
aren't we?
Yeah,
I'm
we're
not sure.
here. High five.
Did you guys pick up on any the other projects, or is it the Zypher one that pulled you in, and then
That was
That's
you-
cool.
that was the one that pulled us.
Yeah.
I mean,
But we did like going
Been
to your
following
website
y'all's
and
stuff
everything,
here and there, you know.
and also I mean we were very into Atreyu already,
The
but
Atreyu effect, yeah.
OG.
I
That-
That's the thing. He's brought so much new eyes beyond what we were already kind of reaching into the through this collab. It's been really interesting to kind of interact with other spheres beyond what we were reaching before. So yeah, it's a pleasure to have you along for the journey, really. And we've got a couple of things lined up, and we said we were building, but yeah, if you've seen what's been going on, I think Atreyu's quite excited that this series is coming out.
I certainly am. Yeah, I've been so. I originally found Threefold through their Lost Ladies projects that they had going on. Their first season caught my eye, just seeing some unique art in the space. So they took these fantasy characters and they twisted them in their own kind of artistic direction and have a little bit of a story behind them. You have to go essentially rescue these ladies, save them essentially, and these nomads are set in charge to go and rescue them. If you're going to check out anything, follow their Lost Ladies iteration, season 1, season 2, and hopefully season 3 coming up pretty soon.
ooh,
So
yeah.
definitely worth a look.
Sounds like I like how these things are mission oriented, and it's not like it's not just like a flat thing like here's a mission so that we can say we gave you a mission.
Sorry.
It's like
No, the next person going on a mission is the next person going on a mission is going to have the most elaborate thing we've ever done. Yeah, but they tend to be what we're hoping to achieve is within our community is we do the normal drops, and that's we're trying to keep them at like reasonable price for entry. Anyone entering, we don't really want to hike them, and then obviously we're looking at exploring maybe 101s and that type of market and seeing if there's anything there. And but the missions will always be no payment war. That's what we're trying to play about within our community is a proof of merit system. If we had people during the chain load problem buying work for other community members they didn't know and sending it to them. So we plucked a few names out of there and we decided just to send them, just individual 101 pieces with personalized audios and stuff like that. Because at the foundation of Threefold Bold, we are trying to build that sense of community authenticity. And so we almost got a world that NFTs spill out of, as opposed to come into the world through the NFTs and maintain that and obviously develop more tool sets. My PC is screaming at me these days. I can't render nothing. I need to invest in some sort of spaceship to take me to the next level, really, with Unreal and things like that. So at the moment, we'll just keep playing with the tools we got until we can.
The NFTs are just something you find along the way while you're on a mission or wandering through the website. Obviously, we're trying to push it as an experience thing for you to go through.
Yeah,
This artwork is crazy too. I'm a little embarrassed to say, but I wasn't aware of the Lost Ladies. Like,
yes,
these
I have it.
Incredible.
damn,
Yes, I wish that we had been big fans back in the day.
very cool.
Here now.
Pretty spicy.
That's right, Aurora.
Yeah.
Lost Ladies will stick to the same format. I think it's like what was it, Reese? It's 50 editions of each with a 25 ADA.
25 ADA mid price, three pieces plus a 101 in the random bulk.
Yeah. And this is, you can see this is pre-audio. The 101s have audio attached to them. Every 101 has audio.
That's interesting.
Road Tactics, that is where it all blew up, was when he done we've done a poem for Tinkerbell. The concept with Tinkerbell was Peter Pan had been stringing along for too long.
True that.
She went and just done in Wendy, and this is like her suicide note to Peter. And I think I needed 10 minutes after listening to that one.
Yeah, totally. Oh man, it's so cool when poetry gets comes into the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We outsourced the vocalist as well. It was a lady from, I think it's Birmingham, is it Reese? Ophelia.
Yeah, she's an old workmate of mine that went and did the circuits for music elsewhere in another city, and it was like, oh, we're doing this now. Can you drop us a vocal? And we did that remotely, like bouncing things back and forth. Pinged her this poem out of the blue, and she's like, "What the fuck have you sent me? What is this?" And I was like, "Just record this best you can, make it emotive, like give her a bit, but like just let her go." And then what I got back from her was pretty amazing. Yeah, if you click down here now, it's
Which one? Tink, yeah.
if it's R Tink, I think might be the rest one.
There's this one. And then,
Okay, Jay.
what was that?
And then yeah, when Rogue Tactics got his hands on it after that, well, I mean, it just went to a whole nother level. This has got the audio on it. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, here it is.
good.
Cool. Wow. So what are each of y'all's?
Oh,
You just
sorry.
muted me.
Sorry. My bad.
I was just gonna ask, what are each of y'all's specialties? Like, what do you do? You know, I know that as a unit you can do seemingly anything, but what do you guys do individually?
Yeah, like for everyone here.
I recently I was planting trees for a good 7 years, and I recently decided to sort of start a tattooing apprenticeship at a pretty late age. I've been doing that for about 2 years now, but with the pandemic it's kind of gone up and down a bit. So that's my current work. I've got 3 kids, and you know, there's commitments, but this is definitely the, you know, I'm going to try and marry the two, do a lot of work. So I just love the space. It's really refreshing to just be in a space which has so much originality and authenticity, and you know, seems to be built on a lot of principles that I align with. Everyone I seem to speak to, you know, seems to be a foundation. You start there, and then you make your way through. So we built the entire Threefold Bold brand off that. Let's just be as authentic as we possibly can. And if people like it, they like it. If they don't like it, that's also cool. I don't expect everyone to get it and like it and enjoy it. It's not supposed to be loved and adored by everyone. But I was hoping we'd achieve layers, surface level layer, where people can come in and out. And then if you really want to commit to the project, there are rabbit holes to be explored.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I think about like FOMO too. Like if I'm like, oh, I really wish I had this, I'm like, I wouldn't want every NFT. I don't need everyone to like me. Then how is it interesting if everyone likes you, or if you have every NFT? It wouldn't even. So yeah, I definitely got you.
I can't get into Aeonium Skies drops anymore. Do you know what I mean? When it was happening, knock on the door, and they're just like, not today.
Here's a seat line.
Keep knocking.
Yeah,
but he was a huge inspiration starting off. I personally messaged him, and he's so forthcoming and honest and sincere. So yeah, that was really, I took a lot of inspiration with what he was doing in terms of treasure hunts and stuff. And as a team, we like his work, and with Patrick as well. NFT Maker has been just a dream for us. The amount of tech, the amount of problems we've had.
100%. Go to the drop, and you're like, I don't want to do it. Oh, we're live, right? Firefighting straight away. Like,
that's really great to hear.
Yeah,
rushing it.
We're helping each other.
Yeah.
But building the tracks as the train's running up.
Well, we're running right up. That's true. We're running right up to the end of the segment here. So I did want to just real quick hear from the rest of y'all, just kind of what you're up to out there in the real world, if you want to share. I mean, of course.
Yeah, should we bounce over to Atreyu? What you got cooking, man?
Yeah, and I want to show some of his work real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, so yeah, I do a few things. I'm a wedding photographer in the real world. I have a regular 9-to-5, and then I'm originally what I came into the CNFT space for was for digital photo manipulation, layering some unique styles over, taking some of the photos of mine, some of the photos from stock photos, and really playing about seeing how far I can push a crazy feeling, emotional world in these photos. And so I came up with one-of-ones first, and I was doing some auctions initially last year on the CryptoFly server. That's how I got started. And then eventually got into working on a project. And this project here, what you're looking at on the screen, is called synthesis, and there's essentially 300 one-of-ones that are all built in Photoshop, each layered differently with different characters, different backgrounds, foregrounds, different textures, different color palettes, all this and that, to try and resemble our connection to each other. So they're all based on energy. As you can see here, flashing, I cut a lot of these people's heads open, their face open, things like this. And I have all these energy particles floating out. And that's what a big focus of this was, is to say, hey, we're not just these bodies, but there is some bigger part of it to us. And I wanted to describe that artistically in some way. And that's what that project kind of pushed hard. And it is still live. There's about 110 left of those.
Oh, great to know. Great to know.
And that's so important, because I just don't think that there is that much focus on what's going on inside of people. And so it's really nice to see, that being expressed. And it does seem like you're just like every time I see whatever you're working on next, it's even crazier photo manipulation. Like, it's really
cool. It's fun. It's fun to do, because with Photoshop, you can pretty much push any sort of imagination you have and create it, right? You can take an image that you have in your mind and kind of make it come to life. Now what I'm trying to do to break some more boundaries is I've pulled some great inspiration from Threefold Bold and bring it back to illustration. I want to get into some digital character design stuff like they were showing with their Lost Lady stuff, and so it's hard. I tell you, it's learning how to illustrate again is extremely tough. It's a different world, but that's kind of, I think, the next journey is learning that kind of thing.
Super cool. Definitely inspiring to do it. I'm glad that you're going there again. Sure, it'll be beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to talk all day, but we're getting right to the end of it.
But I want to hear from Terry.
I do too.
Let's just make it quick. We'll make it quick.
I'll give you a quick fire. This is obviously the alter clone of Rogue Tactics. So Caustic Turgo is obviously runs WFO and has the whole radio show in that sense, living in this little broken spaceship wandering about the galaxy.
Hell yeah.
And then as Rogue Tactics, I produce like neo soul, hip hop, and blues. And I'm obviously also doing a load of game design and stuff like that. And obviously to fund all of that imaginary, wonderful world, I'm like bouncing about construction jobs and just grinding, waiting for my ship to be fixed so I could take off.
It's getting there, closer all the time. The next planet will have all the riches, and you will be warping. I can see it right now. So cool. Well, y'all are really beautiful people. I really sense your philosophy and attitude come through in your work and just like being around you. And I'm glad that y'all are here. All of you.
Fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us on, man. It's really humbling, honestly. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been really awesome.
Sure.
I know it's our job too, but you guys should definitely reach out to us anytime you're releasing stuff. I didn't know about either of the projects we saw today, and I'm kind of embarrassed about that because they're incredible.
Yeah,
totally. So, like, definitely keep us updated. Personal accounts if needed.
We are relatively new to the space, so we're just trying to find our feet. But we're definitely like having us on here is massive exposure. I've been watching it. I watched this show, so it's a bit weird. And to come, follow Billy is really humbling as well. So thank you all for having us, man. It's amazing.
Same here. Same all around. I'm fangirling for everyone.
It's such a cool, really great show. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us on here. This is awesome.
And also shout out to
y'all.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah.
Heard that, but
I'm gonna send you all back.
Dude, those lost ladies.
There it goes.
You can see. I can see why you vibed. Like it's like he's got like. IRL lost ladies. I don't know. It's really cool.
Cool collections.
I went in on it.
I can see how they're working together too, like the lost ladies and the.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow,
Awesome.
I'm impressed.
So
All right.
I know, Tyler. It's very you too. Yes, it totally is.
yeah.
Well, because
totally.
I mean, we cover like a lot of like profile picture projects and stuff on the show, but like, there are so many projects. Like, I mean, there aren't a lot of projects. Like
Exactly.
and,
Exactly.
like,
This is what launches us.
yeah, they're so beautiful. I don't know. I'm fangirling right now too.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like this is the kind of shit that will bring us to another dimension and you know, bring everybody up along with the for the ride, because everybody will have a higher standard of like
Yeah.
what's possible and what is being
Of
done.
what's good, what's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm very inspired. You know, we're doing Facility 7, and we're going to have some missions and some other things kind of built in. And I love the idea of having a throwaway Discord channel like they did for the auctions that they used,
Yeah.
that only exists for a small purpose and then maybe is gone. So I think it'd be really cool to have hidden
And
links.
we're
to
already blowing things up after,
Discords.
so it kind of makes sense that it would be used and then blown up. So that's why it wouldn't exist anymore, lore wise. You know.
Yeah, totally.
We meet there, then it's got too much dirt on it.
Yeah.
Gotta
So we'll
be blown
definitely be using some of the ideas from that team and what they're working on. Really cool
Super
stuff.
cool.
So let's go to our next segment. That's right, we have more, and then
But wait,
we
there's
also have a
more.
guest. Another one. We're supposed to have Crypto Heaps. I haven't seen him backstage,
He'll
so we'll
be
hope
there.
that he comes. And let's go now to event.
He's a
contest
reliable chat.
and giveaways. Yeah, I know he had a Twitter space going on, so he may still be in that. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, Crypto Heaps, you know, he has that charisma. He's got that voice. I'm sure he's very in demand for Twitter Spaces.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we got a couple of events to talk about here. Tiny Stone Keepers is having a live
JM.
VR sculpting event, which is pretty cool. That's happening this Monday, and we know that it's at 9 p.m. We don't know what time zone it's in, but there may be more information. I'm going to pop it up here.
Artano artist.
I think that's Will viewing that, so I think it's 9:30.
Right.
So it's Eastern.
Or
Good.
oh wait, no, sorry, this is Matea. I'm not sure where Matea
Well,
is.
he
Right?
posted it, but wait, is this just a picture? Oh,
You're
yeah.
right. I
yeah,
can
yeah, okay,
I
so
can
that's-
check their Discord.
That's a good point. Anyways, so this is happening. We had Matea on our Twitter space. We got to chat with them. That was really great.
Nice.
But it says hop into the Tiny Stone Keepers on Monday and watch one of the upcoming keepers be crafted live.
Damn.
That's right. And it's in VR, so I imagine there's going to be a lot of this kind
Let's
of.
bust out the
Yeah,
vibe.
I know
We watch VR. Yeah.
So it's actually that artist JM who did
Yeah.
this Winter Sleep, and another artist, VR artist, and I believe he goes by on Twitter. But yeah, they're both. Huh?
I'm just saying it would have worked to do VR-tisan.
I like that.
But then it wouldn't have been as clear.
VR-tisan.
Well, I guess VR-tisan.
That's pretty funny. Someone should. That's an ADA handle waiting to be mentioned.
Yeah. True that.
There's another one coming up here, and this is quite exciting. It's about that Cardania contest that we were talking about. They got a lore contest going on, which I think is a great way to help the community or to involve the community in the creation of all this. So some cool art and then some information.
Yes.
Oh, it's a GIF.
A contest for
Slightly
all lore lovers. Yeah, I really like it when there are a lot of different levels of artistic expression that you can enter, you know. So I'm glad they're doing this. To enter, write a 1 to 3 tweet chain of Cardania lore. All right. So I forget how many characters are in a tweet. 164.
I don't know.
So it's like less than 500 words, I'm
know.
sure.
I write until it says I can't write anymore.
Yeah. And then you edit it and try to fit it. Yeah.
Exactly. That is the process. So write a 1 to 3 tweet chain of Cardania lore. It can be a short story, an excerpt from a journal, a description of fauna, flora, etc. whatever your crafty little hearts desire. Follow Cardania 2021 and Windier GNU and use the Cardania fanfic hashtag. So hashtag Cardania fanfic. And attach an image of your Cardania NFT. You'll need this NFT in whatever wallet the prize gets sent to.
Gotta have one.
So there will be 3 winners. First place will win a Terraform. Second and third, fat bag of red. A bag of red. I don't know if it's that, but I'm sure it's pretty good. The winners will also be entered into a giveaway, which is planned for a little further down the road. The contest will end on Sunday, the 27th. Okay, better get in there.
And here's something by Toast I thought I'd just read because
Ooh,
why
nice. Yeah, let's read an example.
not? Toast is a longtime viewer, so it just makes sense.
For sure.
Not much left to eat in the bunker. No more pretzel. The plan was not to stay hidden here, but the fungals didn't really let us the choice. English as a second language. Out of nowhere, they ambushed us. A whole shipment of Cardanium lost. They didn't see us, I think. Otherwise, they'd be banging on that reinforced door. The ritual's almost done. The chief sacrificing the baby Ultrasaurus was a good conclusion to that weird mess. Not the weirdest thing I saw in my spacer career. Why did I find that Cardanium vein near the stupid shrine? I'd be comfortable around the summoning pool drinking a Marbleweisen at the finest bar, Shea Jojo, or fighting in the arena for a few rad. But no. Oh, it looks like they're packing up. No, just leave my Cardanium there. Shit. Well, I'm not rich, but at least I'm alive.
That's the right attitude. Look, it looks like it cleaned itself right up for him there at the end, hopefully.
That's fun. I would like to read a lot of these.
I know, if I would actually understand all of the lore and everything. Yeah. And it's like short enough to where you can just read it and not have it be like a whole thing.
So speaking of Cardania, marbles. Now I am going to petition Chris to, or Captain Chris, to start marbles a little earlier tomorrow. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be very
forceful.
Very forceful. I'm gonna word it very
strongly. Let's do an actual petition.
Yeah.
We could get everyone to sign it.
Totally.
Yes. Well, I don't want to.
Just use all the 31 week signatures and say, hey,
these are all the OGs in the community who signed this petition. You have to do it.
Yeah.
That's funny. But, when he mentioned it at the last Marbles, pretty much everyone in chat was like, yes, please do it earlier. So, it might happen.
Maleficera, my friend from Marbles, she said it's 280 characters. Maleficara.
Yeah.
Maleficera. 280 characters per week.
I also want a petition for you guys to get a promotion because I know it's just a joke, but
interns.
I don't know. Something hits me wrong when I hear interns.
Well, I mean, I'm officially on the team at this point.
True.
Exactly. Yeah,
Sergeant Mr. Intern.
Sergeant Intern.
There you go.
Oh,
I'd be.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Sergeant Intern. Yeah.
And looks like Buckfast says that the Crypto Heaps' Twitter space is done, so he hopefully will be joining us. So we're just going to keep on going, and if he joins us, then we're going to have a great time chatting with him. I really hope he does.
He can come on anytime.
Yeah, we'll get him on next time. Yeah. We do this show a lot. I don't know if you guys have noticed.
We're doing a lot. All week long. 3 times a week, every week.
Speaking of, this is wrong still. Tyler, you have to fix that.
Yeah.
That's for him to do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One more content or event.
Perfect. He's here. He's backstage. Okay.
Oh, hell yeah, perfect.
Be with you soon, Crypto. Hit us, Tyler.
I just wanted to show off the radio tour guide. We did our second show on Wednesday or yesterday.
Yet again, we missed it for very legitimate reasons.
Of course,
we're not going to tell you about. So let's take a look at it.
So it's live in the Discord every Wednesday at 2 Eastern Standard Time. But after that, we actually got this cool new bot that records everything. But you can come through and.
Oh, it does? That's great.
Huh?
So it's recorded.
Yep. Yeah, it's recorded.
Oh,
and then witspaces.online/radio. If anyone wants to listen. We were trying to upload them to SoundCloud, but they were too big. So
let's put that in the chat.
And they're still a little early. Like this last show, I was.
That link is wrong.
Whoops, that's wrong. Whoops.
You can't delete
What
it.
was it?
It's slash radio.
Oh, slash radio.
Yeah.
But it's almost there. Change that dot to a slash, and you were there. That's awesome. How was it?
It was a lot of fun. This show was a little hard because I was like on a call for the health insurance stuff I was talking about during the Twitter space. So like the first half of this, Smitty's doing most of the hosting, but Smitty is an amazing host too. So he's got the whole voice and everything.
He's got that radio.
I can't wait. Yeah, I'm really glad to hear it's recorded. We will definitely check that out.
I need some new. I need a Discover Week. I need a human Discover Weekly for some new music.
That's what we try to do. We have like a wide taste in music, so like we went like the show. It went from like pop to like rock and like we're all over the place in all the shows. Actually, a lot of 80s.
I know you talk about. I'm ready. Yeah, we'll check this out. Very cool. I see Crypto's running around backstage doing stuff. He's literally running through the room.
He is
over
doing
and over
his
and over
exercises.
again. He's made like 5
He's
laps.
decorating the house. You know,
Here he
sometimes you got
comes.
to. That's the most entertaining portal to a
Backstage
dimension
portal.
that I've ever seen. Yeah.
Crypto, are you ready? Do you want to come on?
He's
good?
such a natural
ready.
comedian. What can you do? What's the audience say?
The audience. Let's see.
I think they feel.
They love him.
Yeah,
I knew
they love
it.
him so much. They're relieved. They're relieved that you're here.
Okay, well, without further ado.
Special guest.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes you forget every once in a while.
Never. Here we go. Special guest. Oh, there we are. We like out. Hey.
Thanks so much.
What up?
Welcome,
Look at your
welcome.
wall over there. I finally
Yeah, right.
seen it in person.
Yeah, good to see you guys. And
Oh, there we go.
yeah, this is Stanley,
Welcome.
co-founder as
Hey
well.
guys, what's going on?
All right.
Hey,
Great
guys.
to meet you,
Welcome.
Stanley. Oops.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
I
We
don't
did
know
it.
if you heard Stanley, but they were just making fun of me because it has like a backstage camera before you get accepted. I'm like, there's all this like rubbish everywhere. I'm, like, running, trying to clean it all up.
I've
But,
been there. I've been there. I couldn't even tell that's what it was. That's even
We
more
just knew
amazing.
you were kind of doing that.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
we knew.
I kind of assumed like it was something with a kid, and you were like, okay, I got to bring the toys. I got to bring some
Right.
toys.
I wish I had that excuse, but no, shout out to my wife. She's with my daughter right now, so I don't have any good excuse aside from that. Yeah.
Nice. Feel
I
that.
will say, I used to live with Heaps for a couple of years, and
No way.
Wow.
isn't very surprising.
That's awesome. I'm glad y'all are here together. So y'all go way back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we,
how
actually
many-
went, we went to school together back in high school. So
No,
yeah, probably
that's
known each other
great.
like 15+ years now. So it's been a little while.
That's so cool. That's like, it reminds me of the Sushi Bites crew. That's the only other people I know that have like known each other since like school days and
Yeah.
doing a
Yeah.
project together. Awesome.
That's sick.
Well,
Yeah.
let's hear about Ada
Well, hang
Army.
on,
Oh,
because I
okay.
see something behind Crypto that's catching my eye. 2 things, in fact. You got your avatar back there on the wall, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll go this way. Yeah.
Let me make this big.
we need to do
Look
more
at
of
that.
that.
That's big. Look at
The
those.
baby, it's like your baby school picture. You gotta have them up there.
It also triggers a lot of people because it's not in line at all. So that's
I didn't
unintentional, but
Now I do.
I've actually got a you know what? In my scramble, I removed it, but I have like a green screen in progress, but I haven't gotten around to setting it up. So yeah, it's we'll get there.
You would have found that we can't. For some, Melon is not ready
Well,
for
we're
green screen yet.
broadcasting.
Yeah.
So it lags when we do green screen. But
Yeah.
you guys,
Oh.
as just participants, it would probably work
Oh,
out, I imagine.
okay,
It's
okay.
just my
Right,
computer
interesting.
can't do everything at once. I
That's
think.
true. Yeah.
Right.
So, Ada Army.
Let's talk.
Let's go. Well, thanks so much for having us on. We really, really appreciate it. And
Oh
love
yeah.
your show. Love all that you guys do. And yeah, like I like that you're a sort of ethical news and entertainment. Would that be?
That's right. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
news and
right.
nonsense.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it.
News
So,
done right.
yes. But you know, before we go too much into 8 Army, I do want to address some pretty major controversy because we've been hit with a lot of FUD. Very serious topic. In fact,
Really?
and I just wanted to use your platform to get ahead of this.
Great. Yes.
Yeah, and speak to it because you know we've been hit by another project, Ugly Bros, because we just released a on our pinned tweet on our Twitter is sort of our faces, and you know we were repping the mustaches. And now we've been hit that there's been some fake advertising going on because, as you can see, Stanley here, he does not currently have a mustache. He's shaved it off.
Oh,
And, you know, we really wanted to get ahead of this.
Fake.
Stanley, I'm sure, is
He's
very
fake.
sorry for his actions, but I'll let him
I
speak.
think this is a storm in a teacup. We put out a video. I had a mustache. Everybody said how good my mustache was. And then Heaps is all of a sudden leaking photos of me without a mustache.
Oh my god.
I think it's internal sabotage.
Oh,
I mean, and you know what? When you are Ada Army, you got to have that mustache. That mustache shows that you are not to be trifled with as a sergeant, and that's how you command somebody. So
Exactly.
I've learned from my mistakes. It's coming back. Don't worry.
how long you give it till it's ready?
yeah.
Till it's ready for deployment.
Well, to be honest, it's probably 2 or 3 weeks. A guy like Heaps, he could grow a mustache in about 12 hours.
Sure will.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned that because I would say most of our viewers tuned in furious.
Yeah.
And we've been getting a lot of
We like
mail.
to keep them that way. You know? We're the news, after all. You got to do
We're
it
not
right.
furious. We're not doing our jobs.
Yeah.
That's our motto.
Well, yeah, no, in all seriousness, thank you. We're minting this Monday. We're very excited.
Awesome.
You know-
I'm glad to know this.
Yeah. So just to get into the nitty gritty, you know, we launched on December 4th. We were very, I'm proud of everything and how far we've come. And looking back, it's a pretty interesting story. I'm not sure how much time we have today.
That time.
We got 30 minutes.
Okay. We had a very
Enjoy.
slow growth. I went back to look.
the quick pitch then.
The quick pitch. Yeah, 30
yeah.
minutes. Pretty quick, pretty much. The quick version is, you know, March 28th. It's going to be our original policy ID 2500 supply. There's the trailer, the controversial trailer right there.
One mustache.
I want to hear it. I want to watch
Yeah,
it.
we'll
Go from the start if you want. It's only a minute. It's very well edited as well.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me? Yeah.
Yeah, it's got great music.
Throw it up. And this
All right,
will, and,
all right.
and it's also a good way of getting a pitch.
Then,
Videos are always
it
good.
is.
About
I have to share the audio here. Let me pop this up. All right. So
And
share.
this was another friend of ours from school who's a super talented editor who we had edit this video. I'm sure you'll be impressed with the skills here. He's
Very
really
nice.
good.
Awesome. I can't wait. I love videos and CNFT.
What up? It's your boy Crypto Heaps, aka Tony, aka just a degen who co-founded Ada Army.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jordan here.
Hey, Ada Army, I'm Steve.
What's up, soldiers? Stanley Johnson here from the 88 Army.
Larry here from the 88 Army. I am a co-founder.
I'm a co-founder and the lead developer at Ada Army.
I'm one of our co-founders.
Creator of the Clay Collab and creator of DVC.
Backup dev, I deal with all the art generation and the metadata.
And it's my job to make sure that our mints go as smooth as possible.
As well as being a community manager here.
I do my part there in community relations, marketing, and strategic advisory, among other things.
Try and offer advice and leverage my business experience into the NFT world and provide guidance and advice to the team.
I built our queue system and I'm currently working on our reservation and minting engine.
I hope you guys are excited for the Black Ops mint here.
We're all pumped and excited for our mint on March 28th. We've baked in some very cool utility for minters and holders, so don't miss it.
Make sure you give us a follow on Twitter, smash that notification bell so you don't miss any important updates.
And I look forward to meeting you all out there in the Discord. Peace. Sheesh.
Boom.
Very nice.
Very well shared.
Ada Army, but a message of peace.
But exactly, that's the message of peace. We're an army of Cardano. We do not condone violence. But something that stood out to me in the video was about smashing the like button. And I just want everyone who's tuned in to make sure they smash the subscribe button right now. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the notification bell, like it, and comment for the algorithm. The algorithm loves it. If you support and like the show, make sure you sub.
Massage the algorithm.
Yeah. Loves it.
Doing your sacrifices to the algorithm. This will help you meet your quota. The algorithm will bless you. Awesome.
Stanley, have you messaged in our Discord a link to this show?
Oh, I don't think I have.
Oh, we have to give you
one of us should do it. One of us should do it because I've gone straight from the Twitter space. And
do you have it handy on you there? I've only got this link, and I think if I get this link,
yeah, we're gonna send to you in chat right now.
Okay, I've actually got it as well.
Oh, you do?
Because we got to get the troops. We got to get the troops in.
Unleash the troops. That's so awesome, though, that y'all are minting on the 28th. What time? What UTC time will that be?
6 p.m.
At 6 p.m.
Okay,
good.
Cool.
Oh, good. And it's only a pretty limited supply, 2,500 Black Ops style soldiers. So yeah, it should be exciting.
And you said this is the continuation of your prior mint, or is this? Yeah, because I wasn't lucky enough to know y'all then yet.
Yeah, so not many were. So that I like to look back in sort of nostalgia, maybe pat ourselves on the back, because our first mint had 15 likes. We did a trailer video.
That's how it goes.
That trailer video we did was a bit better because our faces were behind it, but we did like a little trailer video, 15 likes, and we've come a long way. So that was back in December, and we opened. You can see, by the way, a lot of my there's the Mo there. Look at that, representing.
That's legit.
That's legit. Yeah. So we had like 15
what's that thing going on Larry does? He's got like blonde and then
yeah. It's called either like Eminem or Butters.
Yeah.
I think he got drunk with his football team one night and just bleached his hair randomly.
That's awesome.
Has had to live with it since.
Wasn't it? I thought it was for a party, a theme, a dress up.
Oh, really?
He was going as the beach.
Wow. Lots of rumors flying around.
We'll have to ask Larry when he comes on.
Definitely. And Larry's actually my brother.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So he's
I can see it. The mustache.
Yeah.
You got the big mustache.
Yeah.
You got similar eyes, too. Yeah. I see.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Shirtless now?
Well, I'm in the hot tub.
Hot tub. All
Very
right.
nice. That's how you show you're a fun person.
We got derailed a little bit. I shouldn't have scrolled down so far. Let's get back to what y'all were saying.
Yeah, cool. So you can see such a journey of nostalgia from those early moments.
Yeah. Well, no, by the way, with the hot tub, oftentimes my Twitter spaces are done live from the hot tub. So for those who know, there's a continuation there. But yeah, we did 2,000 for our first mint. We took about a week to sell. Markets were slow and things like that, and we knew that we were building something very special. Made a few mistakes, but also avoided a lot of the common mistakes like invite competitions and stuff like that. So we had the advantage of building our community organically, and shout out to our amazing community. We have people who were OGs from back in that mint. They're still, amongst us in the Discord daily. Shout out to all the legends. I'm blown away by the community we've built, and it's just hard. You can't always pick your community. You can try to just attract the right people based on things you do, but you never know. And we're very grateful. We've come a long way.
I feel like we got very lucky with the people who joined us. There's so many legends. It's like the most friendly, it's the best kind of culture you could have. Like genuinely, I have lots of fun hanging out in there every day.
Good.
Yeah,
you gotta hope that vibe that your vibe that you're putting out there is gonna be the beacon that Cardano has been for all of us, same type
100%.
of thing.
Yeah, 100%. And that was really like the idea behind Ada Army, because people do get confused that like it's sort of this, it's not a military thing. It's like an army, like how you can have an army of artists or an army of, it's like an army of Cardano and sort of personified in this fun kind of grungier cartoon. At the time, the cute art was sort of dominating. We wanted to come out with a very unique something that's again iconic to Cardano, because I look at Space Buds, as you can see, Space Buds is up there with my ADA army.
Yeah.
I'm a massive fan of that history and what Alessandro has done with Space Buds. And so ADA army, we're trying to do something special, become iconic, and our art is very polarizing to people because it is grungier, which I think is really cool, because I like art that evokes that kind of emotion. But what we did do is focus on our strengths too, because our developer, you saw him in the video there as Steve, is a legend. And Steve would come to, when Stanley and I were roommates along with Larry, he would come and work from our apartment. I have a background in poker playing, and that's how I met him. And this was what, 7 years
Wow.
2016 it was.
Yeah.
That was a good year. That's when
yeah. So we just got lucky. I got so lucky. That's a whole nother story. But the guy's like a genius. He's so good. He's so talented. He's been a dev for coming on to close to a decade now, and really knows his stuff. And so we really leaned into his strengths. And so we've always thought of trying to bring value to holders. I've thought long and hard, and I come into this, and Stanley as well, we come into this as collectors. That's how we kind of got into the space. And I love collectors. I said on the Twitter space today that the child in me that loves the holographic Charizard, I love that feeling, and I try to get that feeling.
I feel it right now.
Yeah. So we have like sort of all the rarities, different ranks, all of that to collect. But I also really thought about, where will NFTs be in the next couple of years? And we just see 5+ projects launching every day. And I know that's not sustainable. What can I do to ensure that ADA army is still around? And so one way I thought was, how can I bring value that's adjacent to the project? So if for whatever reason the project fell apart, if the community fell apart, if nobody liked the art, how could I still make it hold, or we could make it hold some value? And so we have Steve, who's developed a really novel way of minting, a queue and reserve, an off-chain queue and reserve system. We'll get more into that, but we're going to essentially offer a paid minting service. I believe there's currently a gap in Cardano for really smooth mints with really strong customer service, with an emphasis on the community. So we're going to offer a competitor out there where people can come and have no dev and mint through us. We'll take care of the mints. And we're going to put a portion of those funds into buying NFT projects. Blue could be Clays, Space Buds, could be collaborations with other projects. We'll buy those NFTs, and we're going to reward people who hold ADA army with those NFTs. Now, currently that's in the form of a token. Yeah. So the idea is that we have this external revenue source coming in and rewarding our holders. That's the simple premise. The other thing that's important to us is it's done passively. So you don't have to opt in. You may have to, if you accumulate the tokens by holding, then you can spend those tokens, but you won't miss out. That was the biggest thing, is I have probably over 100 different collections. I have a lot of NFTs. I'm a degen, and I lose track and I miss out on things all the time. So we wanted to make sure our holders could mint and forget and come back and be like, oh, great, It's
a holographic Charizard.
Yeah, yeah, essentially, yeah. And so the other cool thing that I think we're the first on Cardano to do is the way we distribute half of our royalties back to holders. It's tying the exact asset ID to the wallet that minted it. So if you mint your holographic Charizard, in this case, in season 1, it would have been a general, because there's only 21 generals, rarer. Even anyone, doesn't matter. That asset ID is tied to the wallet address that mints. If you go on to sell that asset ID, half the royalties generated go back to that original asset ID. And that's already implemented. Steve wrote a great Medium article. A lot of developers were interested in how he actually set that up. So he went ahead and wrote a Medium article for people to look at how he's done that. So that's live, and that applies to our mint March 28th. So we have a lot of cool things. And I'm going to finish my spiel real quick. The queue and reserve minting engine that Steve built, very passionate about, because it's off chain with the queue and reserve. So right now we're experiencing network congestion. We're seeing a mint happen. You can get thousands of transactions hit the blockchain at once. It's not good for Cardano as an ecosystem. Cardano is my favorite, and there's banter with ADA army, banter with F, but I'm an investor in F too. I love cryptocurrency, especially decentralized, how it can change the planet. Anyways,
Yeah.
I digress.
That's important to say.
Yeah, just a disclaimer. It's all love, it's all banter, but we want to help do our part. Like Alessandro with Space Buds, we see giving back to the community as a way to be here in 5 years and people, recognize Ada Army, because we're hoping they'll recognize us for the fact that we are giving this queue and reserve system open source for any developer to take and use.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, the thinking is that if more projects use this system, the network congestion can go down. We'll do our bit. And again,
leading it.
Yeah, you go into a queue. So when we do our mint, March 28th, you'll see this. And our first client, by the way, as well, with our paid minting services, Split World. So shout out to Split World. We're trying to work with big clients to showcase our technology, but you'll get entered into a queue. So if there's 3,000 people trying to mint, instead of them all getting an address and making 3,000 transactions, there might be 200 transactions and then 2,800 in a queue. And it's a first in, first out system. And we have seen projects shy away because websites crash and things like that. But shout out, and no pressure, but a lot of pressure to Steve, who's a web dev as his background. He knows how to make websites not crash. He's very qualified to deal with that. And so, yeah, we are pretty excited, and I'm very passionate about the fact that we can give back that technology to the community to use as well. Protect the blockchain. Enough talking from me. Feel free to, Stanley, say anything. I'm gonna.
I won't say a couple of Rex claps after all that.
I won't say much else, but just to echo Crypto Heaps' point, I think like one of the main things we really want to do is, instead of taking money out of the project, which is pretty much what like all we've want to try and flip the script and actually put money back into the project. We've got so many legends that have supported us minting these NFTs. So we want to actually give back to them and put money back into the Ada Army ecosystem rather than just take. We want to give back and reward everyone for being loyal holders, basically.
That's so cool. Because I just love it when people talk about the things that they're trying to do with money, because I feel like the more people talk about it, the more other people feel like they have to talk about it, and the better off we'll all be.
Right on, yeah.
And we want to be like transparent as possible, like with what we're doing with funds and that kind of thing. And that's like another thing. And like if anybody has any questions, like we won't shy away from answering anything. We're completely 100% an open book.
Awesome. That's the way to be. I can really see why y'all have, why Heaps has Ada Army and Space Buds there now, because it's like, this is a space program, this is the Army, we're trying to do it.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the goal too. The goal is long term for me, and the goal is to have Ada Army be in the same conversation as Space Buds because it's still a first year OG project. We made it in time in December, so we can brag on being OG first year, right? So
get it the cutoff.
2021.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm very excited to get in on that. And knowing that I'm going to be able to mint and forget just makes it even better.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah. Because you know how it is when you've got so many NFTs and there's so many projects I like, but then I find out a week later that I missed out doing XYZ, and I'm like, I just can't keep up. So that was important to me, is having it passive from that standpoint where you won't miss out. My brother was telling me, don't say passive because you might have to spend the tokens to get the NFT. But when I say passive, I mean you can hold it and forget and come back and still be rewarded. But you may have to actually initiate a transaction because,
But it won't be. It will be like just the fees or something small.
Yeah, or the idea is there'll be a catalog of NFTs to choose from as well, and it'll be the idea behind it is that it's a very simple premise. In fact, the tweet we did today just shows on the poster like a little poster infographic to explain it really simply. And it's just minting engine, profits go to buy NFTs, NFTs get given to Ada Army holders. And the mechanism on how we actually distribute that, we're going to do a lot of thinking, essentially, because we're going to focus on this minting engine, getting clients, getting that basically public, so that right now we're just working with sort of more hyped and established projects, showcase and show our brand that way, show what we're capable of. And then it's going to be public, similar to NFT Maker, where anyone can come in and use it. And then at that point, that's when we'll really hash out exactly how rewarders will get will redeem. So right now, it probably will be in the form of every 2 weeks you get some tokens. Maybe you get 2 tokens per ADA Army NFT you hold, and then every month we might buy a bunch of NFTs with some of the profits from the minting engine, and so it'll be like a shop, and you can redeem those tokens for the NFTs. So you will have to. That's the part where it's not passive. Is you will pick out the one. You can also, if we do go that route, which we probably will, of course, we'll be listed on Sunday Swap, Muesli Swap, so that if you don't even want to partake in that, you can just sell your tokens, because someone else is going to want to buy those tokens, because they see the bud up there and they're like, oh, I'm 300 tokens short from the bud, and
pick it up, make it up.
Imagine that.
Super cool.
Picking up that bud.
Oh man, that would be very cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and I wanted to say that Crypto Heaps is our news correspondent, and we actually met him because of his awesome YouTube channel.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
and it's really good. Like the best YouTube channel I've seen out there besides ours. Tied with
second
ours,
best. I was going to say second best.
It's tied for sure. You're really awesome. So I just wanted to throw that link down in there.
Yeah, we can get your YouTube channel pulled up.
I think what Crypto Heaps has over everyone is he can beatbox. That sets him apart.
No.
You guys gotta learn how to beatbox.
You gotta get a thing. You gotta get a thing.
At CNFT Con, that's when maybe we'll get some. We just had Veggie Mates on. That guy can freestyle. Hey,
I know.
Yeah,
we got him to do a little bit on the news.
I'm
for
so
us.
glad. It was so good. It was even better than I remember from Shillamania.
Yeah, and he's now the champ of Shillamania. Low key, he won that title there.
I know, but he's gonna keep winning them.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's so much going on.
Okay.
Yeah, I dropped the link down there in chat to Crypto Heaps' very fine YouTube channel.
Very good reporting going on there.
Good reporting.
The first investigative journalism I've seen on Cardano.
Yeah,
in fact.
Oh, thank you.
So cool.
Because we're not doing it that fancy right now.
We're just reporting things that it's more of just like a collection.
Yeah,
service. We find it, filter it, and share what seems cool.
Mm-hmm.
But
you guys.
You're digging into it.
No, you guys do a great job. I love all of your content. I love the show. I love how it's fun. Even the intro coming in here, the special guests, graphics, all of that. That's amazing. And is that Tyler? Do you do the graphics for all that stuff?
No, that was actually Alyssa and Trevor took care of those.
We paid someone to do that because we had no time.
Yeah.
Back when in the beginning of this, we were like, we need to spice it up.
Upward.
We're just gonna do it.
Yep.
And we did, but
amazing job. And that was a compliment because I know Tyler's a pro.
So he definitely could do it, but he was also too busy.
He's also very busy. Yeah, what's he gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh man, how do you find the time for everything out here in this world?
Yeah, maybe one day when we go. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it. I feel like it does vibe well. I'm not in a hurry to try and rewrite.
But I speaking of everything being so crazy and being busy, and what else do you do? What else do you guys do? What do you do that's not NFT related, that you want to share
or
with
what
us?
did you used to do?
It's hard to find time in life for anything. Like we literally do this full time. Like we literally have no days off. Probably like 10 to 12-hour days every single day. But outside of that, I don't know. I like fishing. I love watching sports. I used to work in finance.
Dave's a former professional football player as well.
No way.
With Larry?
He loves his sport.
With Larry?
Didn't do it with Larry, no. That was way back in 2012 when I'm all washed up now.
Yeah, you look real washed up.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's cool.
But yeah, I'm sure you guys know Heaps actually used to be a pro poker player. He used to travel the world.
I did remember hearing that.
I didn't know.
Now you say it. It's coming back to me.
Yeah. I know you said you moved to Canada for that, but I didn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And I dropped poker for all of this stuff. And I'm loving it.
best
Yeah.
choice you've made.
Good choice.
You know,
Good
poker's
choice.
good. But
It'll always be
you
there.
can gamble
It'll always
here.
be there.
Plenty
Exactly.
of
Yeah.
gambling available.
Right. And now you can use that poker face for journalism.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. What honestly, like this kind of stuff, I like media and being on your end, being the interviewer. I really enjoy that kind of stuff and interacting with the community. It's something that it's not really there in poker. It's a very like solo. I call it a sport, but solo avenue, and for sure you make friends and things like that, but you don't get the same. Yeah, Cardano as well represents something that can change the world for the better. And so I'm very passionate about the entire thing and the direction, and I love where Charles wants to take it and the things that for me this is like an opportunity for the world to change for the better. Poker's very it's very dead end
so much.
Yeah, it's kind of opposite in a way in some ways.
Exactly. Yeah,
You're
exactly.
the winner and a loser every time.
Yeah.
So I'm loving the transition, but like time's few and far between right now. I think that I'm hoping that it's not very sustainable, the amount of work that we put in currently, but I think that'll become a little bit more closer to it. Yeah, it'll drop from 120 hours a week to 40 eventually.
We went crazy early on, but we've been able to pull back a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I love it. It's fun, and I know I'm blessed to be able to do what I love. This is my passion. CNFTs, everything. This entire world is my passion. So I'm very lucky. But yeah, have a little one at home, a 7-month-old. What's that, Dave?
I was going to say, and also it's like super fun to be able to work with your best friends every single day.
Yeah,
yes,
it is. Yeah,
and like we say we work all these hours, but like it doesn't really feel like work. I have to say
that's true. Yeah,
at least like a fourth of the time. Only
together.
Like it feels like a fourth of the time of work that it would normally feel like.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I know you guys get it. Yeah, you.
Definitely, we do.
And you're a new dad. That's got to be a whole other balance
a lot
act,
to balance at the same time.
Mega. So definitely, like, huge shout out to my wife who does a lot, and I try to help. Yeah, massive shout out. She does all the editing on all my videos as well.
She's doing a great job.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, she's getting so much better. Like the last videos, you can see she's improving, which is awesome to see. She does enjoy it, but it's so much work with a little one, because if she's editing, then I'm looking over our child and vice versa. So it's not like we can both work at the same time. It's a lot of fun, but it is challenging. It's rewarding. So that's, if I'm not in doing CNFT stuff, it's family time with my daughter, trying to help out, in all honesty.
Yeah, that seems like it would definitely fill your life cup right now.
Definitely, yeah.
So I just joined your Discord here, and got a great, welcome from everyone, and many of them are watching now. So what's up, all y'all? Thanks for saying hey. And
your mustache is a machine.
They love you guys in there. These guys are all they're super fans.
That's so awesome.
They've been following you all day. Apparently, you've been at this for like 8 hours or something. I don't know. You some long ass videos before this, maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
that's why you had to clean up first, because you've literally been in the metaverse all day.
Pretty much,
you can have an excuse after all.
Yeah, I got an okay excuse, I guess. Yeah.
I do want to ask y'all something real quick. Where do y'all weigh in on the thing we were talking about earlier about NFTs being whether that's a good term or not? What do you think?
Versus CNFTs? Is that
no? Just
like digital collectibles.
The name NFT.
The name NFT, like, is it too unapproachable, sort of a thing?
Oh, interesting.
Brought up earlier.
Oh yeah, you weren't here yet.
Oh,
I forgot about that. Yeah,
Billy Martin was saying that it's a loaded term, at least in like the real world where people are.
Yeah, that we don't know.
and maybe
I think I agree. Like, for example, our artist is like, he's really talented, and he works he's like a professional animator for like a really big games company. But he's too afraid to dox himself, because the whole gaming world, anytime you say NFT, the gaming world just like absolutely so yeah, it does have a lot of negative connotations towards it, like you said, to the real world. But in saying that, I'm not really sure like what else you would call it.
He said
Yeah.
digital collectibles. I think that sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
But also,
maybe.
I mean, just something that really sort of says what it is more, that rather than being sort of this like corporate sounding abbreviation, you know, that
Or
isn't,
maybe we like don't even.
that doesn't show what it's trying to do well
Yeah.
enough. I don't know. It's
I think like we
No,
were
I
saying,
agree.
like,
I agree. When I'm always trying to explain what an NFT is to someone, I always use the term, "Oh, it's a digital collectible."
Yeah.
So I guess that would make life a bit easier for people trying to come into the space.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe it will evolve.
I'm open.
Yeah, I do like that. And shout out to Billy too in the Occult Archives. I love what he's doing, and he's such a good dude. Yeah.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah, but it's a really good question, and I think it's good to think of ways to make everything palatable and more accessible. And I'm even wondering if I should bring this up. So, you know, probably eye roll, but that's okay. But Billy's a vegan, and so am I. I'm passionate about it, and I feel like
it's
too.
I was wondering if he was, because I saw a bunch of people in chat talking about vegan recipes. And I was
Right.
like,
You're like, yeah. But I think it's very similar, where people have this idea of vegans. They think they're better than everyone. They can't stop. They want to tell you they're vegan. I just did it. But
it took a long time. We've met you a lot of times.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. But then there's like plant-based. And I feel like that's similar, right? Where it's like someone wants to say NFTs, but NFTs has all of this connotation, negative connotation. Digital collectible, but it's kind of like that, where it's like, yeah, I vegan, but then it's like plant-based to try and remove what's that?
Blockchain based, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah. But I think it's a similar attempt, right? Because even now, because I pay attention to how things are marketed, and some will be marketed as vegan food, but then some of these bigger companies, and like it's probably different in different countries, but you know, McDonald's and Burger King, they're all bringing out this stuff, but it's almost always plant-based, which I think is interesting.
Seems to work a lot better.
Yeah.
People just think, oh, it's healthy, I'll do it, which isn't even always true, which is a danger in itself, because it's like not necessarily amazing for you. It just isn't.
You guys should have seen when we were living together. Heaps and his brother, obviously both vegans, but they would just eat chips and burgers all day. Every day.
The vegans are all healthy.
But you can eat all the same
Absolutely
shit that
ridiculous.
you normally eat. Yeah.
It's not
well, I'm
been my
glad you got to
experience,
see it
is all
in
I'm
its
saying.
natural habitat.
That's funny.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Real
Well, we're coming to the end of our segment here in a few minutes. Is there anything else that you all want to? We kind of completely veered away from Ada Army. So if there's any specific thing you want to get back to and say.
Totally fun. Stanley, I want to let you, go ahead if you have anything.
No, I don't have too much else to say. Just that, we're really excited for March 28th, 6 p.m. UTC. Collection's looking really, really good. We've been building it over the last few days, and it's pretty much ready to go now. Got an awesome community, awesome utility baked into this next mint. Hope to see you there March 28th.
Yes.
Also,
I think so.
Shout out to my friends Ron and Sophie watching in as well.
Ron and Sophie, what's up?
Cool.
Awesome.
There you go. Shout out to everyone who's joined from the Discord, who's tuned in, all the 8 Army and all the regular listeners. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Support the CNFT news team. This is a great source of information, ethical news and entertainment. Smash the like button. The algorithm.
Ethical news.
And minting March 28th, this Monday, 6 p.m. UTC, 55 ADA, 48 ADA if you hold an ADA Army already. Same policy ID, all the benefits. Minters get royalties for life. There's no other chance you'll get, to come in and mint. Last public mint. That's the other thing, is we're going to keep the supply scarce. We think of holders first. This project is more about from the holders' perspective, so it's holders first. We want to keep that supply scarce. And much love. Thank you so much for having us on. Really appreciate you guys and for the opportunity.
You guys had an awesome show here.
Yeah.
Thank you. I can't wait to
Absolutely.
see when your mustache is back. You better
Yeah, we're
post a
waiting for it.
picture. We'll be in
You've
the
got 2 to
Discord.
3 weeks.
We'll see.
That's
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
said, and that we're holding you to it. So
We'll be looking for you.
take one and just kind of put it on when it's time to be in public. I mean, not saying that my hair's fake, but
No.
that's all I'm saying. All right, y'all. Well, thanks so much for coming, and I'm sure we'll see you again.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys.
Good army.
All
Peaceful
right.
army.
Bye, y'all. All right.
That's awesome.
We did it. 3 guests.
And we're going to be done within 3 hours with this show total. We only have a few things to talk about drops because we, specifically decided to have a lighter sort of section for that since we have a lot of people on today. But really good show. I'm loving it. Very
Great
glad that y'all had a
job,
big-
Ada Army.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm
So yeah,
excited
let's
to
jump
know.
right into Drop It Like It's Hot.
What did you just highlight, Trevor? Holy moly, I didn't even know.
What did I do?
No, you didn't do anything bad, but you just highlighted something that I did not know about.
Wow.
Tell me. Oh, that there's nothing. There's
No.
only 3 things in the drop section. Is that it?
The specific, the Aeon Block 11.
I know.
2 days away. I had no. I had no
I
idea.
highlighted too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that Will knows.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank the news gods.
Thank the news guys. Here we go.
Tyler's actually been pointing just under the camera. That's
Yeah.
how they've all been going up, just in case you were wondering.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Dropping like it's hot. This is our drop segment, and of course, this
Dead Rabbit.
segment continues to be brought to you by Cardania.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot, Cardania, for
We
all
should
your
also-
throughout the time.
Also brought to you by our Patreon.
Also brought to you by our Patreon.
Patreon.com/CNFT news. There's a tier for any budget, but
That's right.
20 or above comes highly recommended.
That's right. You could get on Mr. Pistachio's Rolodex.
You're
He
getting-
will know who you
You're
are.
getting an amazing
You believe that.
NFT every month for $20. That's really good.
It's not bad at all.
And
my
you're
friends.
also going to get a lot more than that. And you're also going to get our love and gratitude, which can hardly have a price tag put on it.
That is crazy. I mean, I don't think we've talked about an NFT that was under
I know.
or even near $20 ever. And we talked about so many.
That's right. Yeah, especially and as Ada's price increases, the price of this will not change.
Nope.
It's going to be $20.
A flat 20.
So that's not bad.
I
at
don't know.
all.
Maybe
And we have a fiat.
we're not getting paid. Maybe we should bring it up a little. I don't know.
We got a fiat gateway.
That's right. You can pay fiat or an NFT, and there's no crossover. Yeah, really interesting. I think it's really interesting. Okay, but also Cardania, who's actually paying us to say something about them. But thank you very much.
Are we allowed to say somebody that Patreon? Like,
I don't know.
Is that
There's
supposed to be
certain folks
anonymous?
out there. We know that G. Sean is out there as a patron.
But I want to talk about also our most recent.
I haven't asked if we can share that.
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
So
Good
I
to
would
know.
want to
Okay.
double check
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Cool.
But yes, we did get a somebody
High
who
status.
we really are very happy to see backing us join
Yeah.
at the $20 level this month. So
We've
really
been very
cool.
happy to see everybody
Oh,
back.
it's an
Yes,
honor.
yes.
It was
Someone
nice
that
to it's nice
Well,
when
we
you
kind
also
of recognize everyone.
Yeah.
I think eventually,
or at least
this was
but
a
we didn't
guest on the show, which is
we didn't
different.
always recognize people until after they Patreon, though. In my experience, like I always end up recognizing them, but not always.
Right.
Before they did it.
So Cardania, again, it's a great project. Please check out their rad paper because among other things, it kind of lays everything out, including a very long formula as how the rad token distribution is calculated, and it's complex. And we asked Captain Chris, and he said that yes, he wrote that formula himself.
Very nice.
So it comes straight from the top.
That's good.
That's pretty
That's what
interesting
you
to
want.
see. And you can see it also when you're going to actually claim your rad. If you see, you can click a button that says like, show me the math or something, and it'll show you the math, which I think is really cool. I love that. Okay.
And it will get you pumped for sure. Reading that rad paper.
There's a lot in there, a lot of great lore. And it's just the beginning for Cardania. You should see the stuff they're working on. Good
Crazy.
stuff. So let's take a look at the Dead Rabbit Resurrection Society. Now, this is a little long, but I'm going to read the whole thing.
Damn.
That's right. So I'm just going to pop it up first.
Seems interesting.
And we'll see. The Dead Rabbit Resurrection Society is a collection of hand-drawn NFTs. Each dead rabbit is the work of 2 artists. Oh, there they are. Maxtifer draws the rabbit art, which is eyes, ears, body, and mouth, and Ragnar draws the accessories,
Wow.
hats, eyewear, clothes, and buttons.
That's
So this
cool.
project is lore heavy. And here we go. The year was 2097 when Wilhelm Tesseract discovered he could jump through time. Wow, what a name. It's just lucky that his name was Tesseract.
Yeah,
I mean,
perfect.
maybe he changed it after he
Keep in
jumped
my
through
head.
time.
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
makes sense now.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a little editorializing. Time jumping became a new way of life for the clan of scavengers. The dead rabbits jump back to uncover secrets, play tricks, and hide clues about the future. Sometimes they indulge by exploring our best vintage years to collect 80s shades, concert tees, and Atari 2600s. This is just the beginning of the lore behind this project. You can head to their Discord or website to read more about the Dead Rabbit time-jumping adventures.
Nice.
There's 10
Lightsaber
entries at the moment, so there's plenty to catch up on. So if we click read the lore here, you'll see that there are a bunch of entries that are just like lore. So it's like short story stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff to take a look at here.
That's awesome.
Let's pop back
Very pretty.
to this. There are plans for several events. As soon as the mint begins, the hunt for the Rabbit Ronin treasure will begin as well. 10 Dead Rabbit NFTs will contain a clue. The winner of the hunt will receive 1 ultra-rare alien rabbit god and 5,000 ADA.
God status.
See their website for more info again about the day of on the day of the Rabbit Supreme and the 50 exclusive animated dead rabbit bones, which are skeletal rabbits wearing accessories that will be airdropped. At 100% sold, they will move forward with the Dead event sometime in April. This event is an IRL. I remember that. I've been there before. Rarely, but
Yeah.
It is ringing some bells. It's an IRL and online adventure. The Dead event is composed of 3 levels. Level 1, 50 node keys will be hidden in small black envelopes in cities around the world. When the Dead event begins, GPS coordinates and a brief description will be released for the physical location of each node key. If you find a node key, you win 3 tickets to the Day of the Rabbit Supreme. 1 for you, 2 to share. Unlocking nodes reveals secret pages on the Dead Rabbit's website for the entire clan to see.
Nice. I'm glad that
I
more
like
of
that
this is
a
happening.
lot.
Yeah.
These secret pages allow the clan to access advanced levels of the Dead event. Info for the next 2 levels will be released once unlocked.
Yeah, it's so cool that you can do something for everybody. You know, you doing that opens it for everybody. It's like you're doing it for the whole party. You're doing it for the whole clan. You unlock it,
Absolutely.
but everybody gets to benefit.
Very inspiring. And there's a little bit more. The team is fully doxed. Community manager Button hosts marble races and other events where the winners get whitelist spots. Probably not as cool as the Cardano marble races, but I guess it's cool that they're doing
Marble
it.
races are great.
No, we love marble races. It's always cool. They also post ciphers, and the first one to solve one wins a whitelist spot. Very cool. And the drop date is Monday. That's this Monday, March 28th at 7 p.m. UTC. There will be 6,666 NFTs available for 56 ADA apiece. Woo!
Awesome.
That was a mouthful. But very well written and glad to share and also very inspiring.
Yeah,
this
definitely.
project and seeing what Threefold Bold and Atreyu are doing and Occult Archives also just with the
signing.
The depth, the experiential levels that exist
Mhm.
as part of these projects.
Mhm.
That is what, in my mind, you buy an NFT, that's great. But if you're also getting a full
separates it.
experience, and
That's-
not even just a single player experience, a community experience
Mhm.
that could never be gotten in any other way,
Exactly.
then maybe that's what you're really paying for, and that's what the money is supporting. Artists and game masters, I guess, think of it like that, and creating this stuff. Okay,
And
I had a
it
lot to
draw-
say.
I mean, that's what will draw people. That's what you can tell people and be like, it's not just the same thing that you could do going to a store and buying something. Like there's whole layers and dimensions that can happen online that can't happen.
Yeah.
the same way.
You really get to interact with the artists and the people who created these experiences, and it's similar to playing a role-playing game, like a tabletop role-playing game, in that there is the game master, and they spend generally hours and hours prepping things, and then you sit down with them, and then the experience happens.
Yeah.
But it all started up here with somebody, and to have that more direct way to talk to them and kind of experience it, it's just really cool. All right, well, that was a lot. Let's take a look
Tyler
at this one. I think Tyler might have something to say.
Yeah, I'm very excited. So Alien Sky block number 11 is dropping this Saturday, March 26th at
And
22.
it's your special number.
Yeah.
11.
Oh,
is it?
It's 1111.
Oh yeah. And it's
you need two of them. And
you have a few special numbers actually.
Yeah.
I
got a lot.
I know.
It triggers me because I have to press this video button.
But I didn't say it. Go on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, these are dropping, like I said, March 26th at 22 UTC, Aeon's favorite number. And for 26 ADA each, there will be 500 NFTs this time, same as the last two, I believe. Definitely the last one. And I will be a NFT maker payment gateway for block 11. And yeah, I'm assuming it'll be pretty similar to the first one, or to the previous block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if we get luckier this time. Let's see if any of us get one.
Yeah. So I've just joined this Twitter community, which I've never heard of.
There's a Space Buds one too that someone invited me to today. I'll send you guys an invite, but what is this?
This is brand spanking new.
So I guess it's like a discussion area for specific things rather than just like general tweeting.
So like I'm like getting invites. But
really?
Just this the Space Bud one, but like I can't find it. I can't get to it without the invite. It must just be like early.
Well, to get it here, I clicked this link from that Aeon.
But see, you have communities right under your Explore. I think that might be it.
What?
Oh.
I joined it.
I don't have that for some reason.
So if I click search, then it'll show us some stuff. Metaverse citizens, huh? Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, Cardano. I like that one.
Yeah.
I'll join that community.
I recognize that one.
Oh, well, how do you like that?
That's very interesting.
What?
Twitter's doing some crazy
I said
stuff.
hello world. Very smart. Okay, cool. So the Aeon drop is happening on Sunday, you say? I have to be ready. I'm going to try once again to land it.
Mm-hmm.
And let's hope that there aren't any more void blocks spawn, because I don't know if I can afford it.
No, we certainly can't afford that shit.
Speaking of void blocks, they're cheap right now. If anyone really wanted to get a void block, they're like 258 right now. There's a few of them up.
You know, Aeon blocks, I think, are pretty. Block 10 is pretty cheap. Not to be like shilling Aeon, but like a lot of people.
Well,
that's part of.
I mean, shill Aeon, but like
other people
that's less. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think the floor for Aeon blocks is less than a lot of mints are going for, which is insane.
The floor for Aeon, block 8 is 125 right now.
But even like where is
block 10's a different policy ID, huh?
Yeah.
We gotta find that.
Yeah.
Block 1 is still pretty up there.
What's that at?
Yes, the cup. I just noticed it
5,400
too.
right now.
Wow.
Block 2. I'm curious. So we're just taking a second to satisfy all of our curiosity here. Yeah, block 2's falling. Well, you know, these projects, and is eternal, so not too worried about it.
Yeah, block 10 floor is 74.
Oh, interesting. 74.
A little bit high. I did see it lower the other day,
but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So check this out. Purdy Cat Society. We heard a little bit about this earlier. This is from the artists that created Space Buds.
Yeah.
Wow.
So let's pop this up. This is our last drop to talk about today. And we can all take a nap.
Cool.
Here we go.
Yeah, for sure. I can't even stop my yawning. I'm so tired.
Yeah, me too.
Purdy Cat Society near the anniversary of Space Buds being released, the artist for Space Buds is creating Pretty Cat Society, which is an NFT collection of 10,000 unique, creative, and stylish felines. The project is led and illustrated by Isra, who also created other well-known projects like Space Buds. The team consists of Patrick, aka Blue Collar Crypto, Nick, aka Fettuccine, and Adam Dean. There are plans to donate a portion of the proceeds to the Humane Society, more to be announced, and owners of Purdy Cats will have access to a whitelist for a future secret project. Interesting. Animated NFTs will be airdropped to one of one to holders. Purdy Cat Society will also launch a merch shop where t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, and plushies will be available, as well as plans to integrate Catfe into the PCS Pavia estate, which is in design phase.
A Catfe.
A cat cafe. There will be different lounges and levels where PCS holders can access. Drop went live today at 16 UTC. The starting mint price is 52 ADA, which will rise 10 ADA after every 10,000 NFTs
1,000
sold. After every 1,000 NFTs sold up to a max of 142 ADA, which is the highest.
Just like they did with Space Buds.
Yeah, I think they're at 80 whatever. I think it's like 84 or whatever.
Yes.
Right now.
So they're into 3,000 to 4,000 range right now. Pretty cool. So that takes us to the end of our pre-planned remarks. Any off-the-cuff remarks that we want to share?
Should I hatch my egg or should I wait?
Hatch it.
You think I should hatch it?
I mean, I don't want to influence you.
Oh, so you're saying like, should you wait? Like, how long are you wondering if you should wait? Are you like, should I wait forever or should I wait another month? Or what are you thinking here?
Well, because I think they are. I don't know.
What are your thoughts about it?
So my thoughts is that if I mint it now, whatever the mint is what it is. But if like, it would be nice if like the original eggs could be in the metadata, like the Aeon trees. So like, I'm kind of hoping that like they'll be like sometime down the road they'll be like, oh, if you mint it now, you can get your egg will be forever kept in it. Maybe not that specifically, but like something like that. It's like, I don't know if I should.
You mean something to try to get the rest of the people to do it, something extra because to get everybody that has one to evolve
Either that or just to like, just because it'd be cool. I don't know.
What's the name of the asset? Or what?
Egg
How can I search for this?
Yeah, Eggvolution, I believe.
Okay.
The new ones are called Happy Plus.
I just think that they would have to be worried about people being upset if some people got to keep their egg, but everybody didn't.
So just a quick peek at the current situation.
Yeah.
Floor is 15 or 115 for an egg and 117 for a creature.
Don't mint it. I would hold it.
Honestly, people seem to like the eggs more than the creatures. I've heard some remarks to that effect.
I would hold on to it for a bit.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold it. Yeah. I mean, these creatures, they look cool, but
they're pretty cute.
It's only gonna.
Did you guys see the 3D printing thing that they're doing? I think they made these specifically to 3D print.
Whoa!
Like you can see it, like in this one.
Oh, I'll pop it up.
Am I still sharing?
There you are.
So like, see the hole right there.
That's for like
all the other ones have like ears in those positions.
Oh, to pop them in.
Like Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, exactly. Same with like all this stuff. Like it looks like there's, especially like this guy.
Yeah.
That little recess.
That would be cool as hell. Assemblable.
It's legit, but you can wait until you know more.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Have the most informed decision possible. Yeah.
There's no rush.
Sounds awesome. I wish I had
anything else to talk about.
I have to go to the bathroom, so I'm not worried about ending the stream here.
Yeah. Maybe it's time.
We had a lovely time with all of you people.
A festival, and I'm very excited that we've just had like the craziest shows this month. Like,
Yeah.
it just keeps evolving, just like those eggs, evolving all the time. And finally, we're getting settled in the house, and
we need a video soon of the house.
oh yeah, let's do that. Let's do that for next week.
Yeah.
And next week, Stella promises she'll be back. This is the
Yes,
only
she
week
needed
that
a
she
week
will
off.
ever request off. But she said, "Look, you can still claim to have done one every week if you take this week off because it's just workers' rights. You're just literally giving workers' rights." So I had to give it to her because we are the ethical network.
That's what
You
I've
heard it from
heard.
Heaps.
I've been told that a number of times. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you all for joining us for the CNFT News. I'm Scott Chestnut.
I'm Summer Horsegrave.
I'm with Spaces.
Jazz hands.